Weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. It's more than just great prices on lumber. From Trex decking to energy-efficient windows and Tamco shingles, Alabama Wholesale Lumber has it all.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. I hope the cold weather fans are enjoying this because I'm not. Clear skies and record cold tonight. Overnight low temperature, I kid you not, by morning in the lower 20s, and that's not the wind chill factor. Take all your cold weather precautions. By the way, the record is 29. For Veterans Day tomorrow, a chilly day, not quite as cold as today, but high temperature only up to about 54, down to 33 on Tuesday night, and a big warm-up late week. We'll be back in the mid-70s by Thursday and Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At CB&S Bank, we've been meeting the needs of our customers since 1906. Need help setting up new business goals? Our line of commercial loans can help you achieve them. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. Live local talk, the River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Come and listen to a story about a millionaire New York tycoon who hates the city's mayor. Thinks Mom Donnie's a socialistic nut, so he packed up his place and moved to Florida. Golf, that is. Sunshine. No state tax. Next thing you know, New York is really poor. Millionaires don't live there anymore. But at least the rent's gonna be cheap when the rich people move and all the money leaves. Relocate, that is. Miami, the Villages. The Manhattan Millionaires.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is the big broadcast. Happy hour. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV Monday. I'm Greg Goodell. Pamela Dubuque, my co-host, is here, and David Blackman joining us in just a few minutes.
And here they are.
And yeah, it looks like I just walked off the cover of a roll of paper towels. So what? It is that kind of a day.
It is.
I caught the tone in Rich's forecast. We're not talking about wind chill. We're actually talking about 22 degrees tomorrow morning. It's just a little early for that, but that's okay.
Yeah, this is January weather. It is early.
Yeah. Even mid-December would be, because that's still before winter officially starts. But it must be the climate change. Why didn't I buy an electric vehicle? We could have avoided all this. They really still haven't officially ended the shutdown. What the?
I know.
The Democrats, I'll tell you, and I got to bring it up with David as well. Scariest thing I saw all day today. Young men like Gavin Newsom more than J.D. Vance. So we got a lot of stupid-ass young men in America. Just do. You want to pay $6 a gallon for gas? Go ahead. Move to California. That's the place you ought to be. Seriously, I can't. The ignorance is just beyond monumental.
Yeah.
And we will talk some baseball today, but not who's going to win the World Series.
No.
But probably the biggest gambling scandal since the Black Sox. And it's just another incident involving professional sports and gambling. And people like you and I, David, is suspicious of certain NFL games.
Absolutely.
And penalties called at certain times against certain teams that have connections to Taylor Swift. And
we've been thinking that for years. Yep.
So I really would like to think that America's got enough common sense to look at the shutdown and all the problems that have come from it, and understand that the Republicans have passed the resolution 15 times. They're the ones that keep holding it up. 40 days. None of us expected that.
I know. Really.
A few days, maybe a week at the most. And for who? Not for American citizens, for free health care for illegals. That is their priority. And anybody with a brain would think, well, that's a stupid reason to stand your ground. But they don't. And there's people that will believe whatever they say or do, no matter what it is or how stupid it is or how damaging it is. That's disheartening. I guess once you're a Democrat, you're intellectually incapable of having a different thought. Today's show brought to you in part by Montgomery Men's Health. I went riding in this weather.
Ooh. What'd you wear?
I have a great jacket and my heat vest, and that protects the torso. But even with gloves and a hat, the wind was cutting through that. Riding into the wind was no fun either today. But we do have a new song to play, and I would like to share that with you. Well, we could also share it with David, too. So I'll just get it ready. How about that? And he'll join us in just a couple of minutes. I mentioned Montgomery Men's Health. This is a facility for men that addresses everything from head to toe. That one quick example. Yes, they treat issues like ED and PE, but obesity is a common cause of those issues. And there are guys that are trying to lose weight. They know you got to get those extra pounds off for the heart, if not for any other organ. But they're having no luck, and it gets frustrating. It becomes a full circle failure. And the main reason could just be a low testosterone level. That can be adjusted quickly, but you got to take this $99 test they offer at Montgomery Men's Health to find out where it is so they can help. And they offer solutions for the other issues that plague men that are not commonly advertised, not commonly owned, but available there at this incredible facility here in Montgomery. They've helped thousands of guys. And the only shame is doing nothing when you have a problem. So I urge anybody that this message is resonating with, they've been on the fence. Today's a good day to call them at 334-440-3663 and get on the road to total wellness. 334-440-3663 or MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. David Blackman joining us next.
He may not know whether he's coming or going.
I know.
But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Since 1993, Chad has been showing up, ready to help with whatever your home AC needs. His mission, to serve first. Chad takes the time to understand exactly what you're looking for, and if he can help, he'll walk you through the best options, sometimes even with 0% or low payment financing to make things easier. No more sweating over hot and cold spots, surprise $700 energy bills, or wondering if your unit will make it through another season. Call Chad today at 784-9144. That's 784-9144.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. And people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hello there, this is Dr. Sam, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Frequency sells. The more ads you can get on the air, the better the chance it'll make an impact. Radio allows advertisers an inexpensive way to get their voice heard over and over again. Contact me, Dr. Sam, by going to BlueWaterBroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice, News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Oregon legalized drugs. Is that right?
That's correct.
Your Oregon's about to reverse that. Is that correct?
Senator, I'm not familiar with the policy proposed to reverse that.
Oh, you just ignored Oregon?
Oregon still has a very special place in my heart, sir.
Okay. You haven't read any of the articles about the reversal?
I haven't, Senator.
You don't know anything about it?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Wow. You're in charge of implementing the First Step Act, Director?
That's correct.
How many criminals have you released under the First Step Act?
So First Step Act for the overall release since the initiation of the First Step Act is, I have that exact number in front of me.
You don't know off the top of your head?
Sorry, Senator. So 70% of those that were released, we have about 30,000 individuals that have been released since the passage of the First Step Act.
All right, so you've released 30,000 criminals under the First Step Act. Okay? And how many of them, before you released them, did you contact any of their victims to say we're about to let this guy out?
Senator, it's my understanding that that notification happens through the U.S. Attorney's Office, but I will check into that and get back to you.
You don't know?
Senator, I don't.
Have you followed up with the U.S. attorneys to say, do you have a system to say, hey, we're about to let this guy out? Would we want to be sure the victim's contacted?
As a former victims advocate, I share that value that victim notification should happen. I'll check on the process.
But you don't know if it's happening.
That's correct, Senator.
Wow. Okay, of the 30,000 criminals you let free, how many of them have come back? Have committed a crime again, hurt somebody else?
So that number is one that we're still looking at as it relates to the recidivism rate for those that were released on the First Step Act.
You don't have any idea?
No, Senator.
You don't have anybody at the Bureau that can count?
I do not have that number in front of me today.
So let me get this straight. The First Step Act was passed in 2018. This is 2024. Am I right so far?
That's correct.
That's 6 years. And in 6 years, you've let 30,000 criminals go, right?
That's correct.
And you don't have the slightest idea how many of them committed another crime and came back.
I don't have that number in front of me today,
And you
sir.
run the Bureau of Prisons.
That's correct.
And how many employees do you have?
About 40,000 employees.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. General, I know you got a lot to do, but could you give us a hand here? And let's find out whether the First Step Act worked. And how many, if we've released 30,000 criminals after 6 years, our director here doesn't know how many have committed another crime
as the
and come
21st
back?
century began. Natural selection, the process by which the strongest, the smartest, the fastest reproduced in greater numbers than the rest. A process which had once favored the noblest traits of man now began to favor different traits. A dumbing down. How did this happen? Evolution does not necessarily reward intelligence. With no natural predators to thin the herd, it began to simply reward those who reproduced the most and left the intelligent to become an endangered species.
David Blackman and Greg Budell present Tales of the Idiocracy.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Montgomery Paint and Body is proud to bring you live from somewhere in Texas, Dallas, and vicinity, America's greatest, savviest, and most insightful political blogger, oil and gas industry expert, and Dodger fan, David Blackman.
Go Dodgers.
See, he knows how to pick the winners, right? I mean,
howdy,
come on,
y'all.
See, that was a howdy.
Mm-hmm. Howdy.
Anybody can say hello, but when you're from Texas, you get a howdy.
Yep.
By the way, Mr. Howdy here will not be able to join us next week.
Oh, crap. Ah, damn it.
I already said that.
Who cleared that?
My wife.
Well, she's the boss.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I didn't question it. I knew where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
The conversation was sort of like,
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
That's where the clearance comes from.
Where are you
Make no
going?
mistake. You know.
Well, we're going where we always go, on a cruise.
Nice.
Just
Very
a little short cruise. Yeah.
I did so many free radio station cruises in the 80s and 90s. I never want to be on one of those things again. In fact, since I had to do a Monday show and most cruises don't come back to the port until Monday, I was able to fly back halfway through a lot of those and avoid the, it just wasn't for me.
I've never been on one.
Well, they're a lot different than they were 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Pointing out that the 80s was 40 years ago is
yes,
it triggered me
for a Monday afternoon.
It triggered me. There's no question. I'm feeling triggered right now. What are these a-holes doing with the shutdown right now? I thought it was, they had an agreement last night. You would think they would have had the ball rolling, resuming paychecks and whatever today.
Well, the Senate rules never allow anything to go quickly. So they voted cloture last night on the continuing resolution, but there's also 2 budget bills, actual appropriations bills, that they're also going to pass as part of this, and those require separate votes. And once you invoke cloture with the 60 vote needed majority to invoke cloture to avoid a filibuster, then you have to allow time for debate on the floor, or these prissy senators will all be up in arms, because they didn't get their TV time, and Rand Paul will have a nervous breakdown. So that takes time, and so by the end of the day tomorrow, hopefully all this nonsense in the Senate will be done, and the House will be able to convene and vote to pass the monstrosity on Wednesday. And but at least we'll actually have 2 budget appropriations bills done. Man, it's a miracle.
Well, it took 40 days.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the time it's all over, it'd be 43 days, I guess. But hey, and it's all for nothing. If you're a Democrat today, if you have functioning synapses in your cranium, you realize that these last 40 days were about nothing. And you're mad as hell because it was all about nothing, which we've been trying to tell you for 40 days. And now you're just now figuring it out. You really should listen to us more.
Yeah, but they won't. They don't want to hear it. They no. The fingers in the ears, they do that. They don't want to hear it because they don't want to find out they're wrong. There's some arrogance built into that. So why are the Republicans unable to kill the filibuster, and why is that so important to avoiding this kind of garbage again and getting some things done?
Well, again, they're all senators, and they're all power mad individuals, all narcissists. Some of them are psychopaths. And they all, spent all that time getting into the Senate so they could wield their power and rule over their little kingdoms. And the filibuster, if you're a Republican, gives you cover because it prevents the public from finding out that if you get rid of the filibuster and you've got a 53 vote majority and you only have to have 51 to pass a bill, the public's pretty soon going to find out that y'all aren't going to pass those bills anyway. And you're just hiding behind the filibuster so you can avoid, you can blame the other party for stuff you're not going to vote in favor of anyway. So what would happen if they got rid of the filibuster is pretty much every good bill that would be productive for the country would end up getting exactly 49 votes and fail because of that, because you'd have 4 of these rhinos.
Yeah.
Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Lindsey Graham, and one other rhino every time would be making up a reason why they couldn't vote for voter ID. In Maine, it would be because, who the hell knows what Susan Collins would come up with. In Alaska, it'd be some other reason. And in South Carolina, Lindsey Graham be mad because we weren't in a war with Iran or something. And so you'd end up with 49 votes. And so they would no longer be able to blame the Democrats for all these bills failing. So that's why the Republicans will never vote to get rid of the filibuster. And same thing for the Democrats. When they're in a majority, they're not going to pass a lot of these things that they promised the voters they're going to pass. And so the filibuster enables them to blame it all on the Republicans. So it's never going to go away.
There was a ruling in a Maine court. I think it was, I don't know if it was election day or later in the week, that either knocked down or dismissed the voter ID requirement, citizenship requirement, because it would impose a burden.
Yeah.
I missed that part of the Constitution where it says no burdens.
So, I mean, so think about that argument for a second. That's going to impose a burden on a certain class of people. And they're blaming it, saying, well, black voters can't get an ID for some reason, or Hispanics can't find a way to get an ID, or poor women, single moms can't get an ID. But think about it. That means they can't cash a check at the grocery store. It means they can't get on an airplane. It means they can't do 1,000 things. They can't go to the local Social Security office because you'd have to have proof of citizenship and voter ID to talk to a representative at the Social Security office. It means they have no means of functioning in 1,000 other areas of daily life if they can't find a way to get an ID. And it's ludicrous. It's false on its face. And I gave up. I decided I wasn't going to mince words about it about 30 years ago.
You'd be amazed how fast legal ID comes out when somebody's got a check to cash.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. It's absurd on its face.
It is. And
I want to say one other thing about the Senate before we move on.
Oh, sure.
One of the exceptions to the opposition to the getting rid of the filibuster is your Senator Tommy Tuberville, who doesn't have any use for these rhinos in the Senate, as well as his Democrat friends on the other side of the aisle. And that's why this man of public integrity is leaving the Senate to become the next governor of Alabama, hopefully. So y'all are lucky to have him.
Very. He stands his ground, man. Maybe one of these days I'll send you a portion of one of our interviews with him so you can catch his tone on the air. He minces no words. He doesn't tap dance around a topic or an opinion. He is so direct and so honest and you're so not used to hearing that from most politicians that it's almost not off-putting. It's just, whoa.
Yeah, shocking.
It's when somebody says it like it is. He is like Howard Cosell in that regard.
Yeah. Well, or Donald Trump. If you remember in 2015, how shocked everyone was when he's up there with those 17 other Republicans on the debate stage. And Brett Baer was the moderator who asked the first question. And he was the only person on that stage that gave a direct and blunt answer to the question that was asked. All of the rest of them bridged over to an irrelevant talking point that answered some other question they wanted to be asked. And I forget what the question was, but it was shocking. People weren't used to seeing someone running for a public office who took a question and directly answered it. Now, a lot of them didn't like the answer, but at least he was, answering the question that was asked. How refreshing. And it was like he was like he was a foreign, an alien just got off a spaceship. He was somebody we hadn't seen before, or at least in a long time.
This is, I saw a statistic today, or maybe it was a headline on a story. I do prep for the show. Nobody thinks I do, but I do. And I was so disheartened by this headline. Young men favor Gavin Newsom over J.D. Vance.
I don't buy that.
I don't want to buy that.
Not the majority.
I should have looked at the source of the poll. David would know immediately whether it was something to believe or not.
Well, I believe it. I mean, this far out from the election, I believe it. And because, When you're in college, most people in college tend to be liberal, and they don't have any context for the world at large, and they haven't been mugged yet, and they haven't had to pay taxes yet, and so their natural impulse is to favor the liberal, the Democrat in the race. And you hope that JD can do as good a job as Donald Trump of communicating why they ought to be voting the other way.
Let's see. I'm getting the skinny on this here. Latest League of American Workers TIPP survey shows that 38% would support Newsom compared to 33 for Vance. So that's not even 100%.
Yeah, and TIP is a bad pollster. That's a corrupt polling organization. I wouldn't believe anything they issue. I hadn't seen that poll.
He knows.
But if
when I see these stories,
it's got Ipsos or TIP in front of it, you don't want to even worry about it.
When I see these kinds of stories, can I text you and ask, should I be upset about this, or should I just forget about it?
Sure. I guess I need to repost the post I did last year about here's the ones you can trust and here's the ones you don't. And I'll have to go back to last October and dig that one up again.
It's not a bad idea. Something else that I find intriguing, there have been a lot of retirements, mostly from Democrats, especially the old guard. Pelosi, this woman in New Jersey today, she's leaving Congress.
The senator from New Jersey, what's her name? That's good. Great. They'll replace her with somebody worse.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. This to me just indicates a recognition that the Mamdani AOC coalition, whatever you want to call it, they're actually gaining traction. Although Governor...
They are worse, though.
Excuse me, while I clear my lungs. Governor Hochul of New York. There's no way to say her name without doing that. She slammed the door on Mamdani's free transportation dreams. And I understand that there's irregularities with his application for citizenship or...
Yeah, but I mean, we've known about that since what, July, I guess, August maybe. And the State Department has chosen to do nothing about it. So, I've given up, thinking they might actually take action there. But yeah, he lied on his application, his visa application.
That's all I need. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I know.
Throw his ass back.
They're all in on this.
Yeah.
They're all in on it by letting things like that slide.
Yeah, you are correct.
Yep.
Chuck Schumer, is he going to be replaced?
Well, everybody's angry at him today on the Democrat side. Blue Sky is apparently a post-apocalyptic warfield right now. You're going to have a big battle within the Democratic Party now between the woke lunatics and the old farts in their party.
Perfect.
Who pretend to be more moderate. They're really not, but they like to pretend they are. And I think you're going to see a lot of these old guard people ejected. Schumer's not up for re-election until 2028, but he could certainly be removed as majority leader sooner than that. The question would be who would take his place. I guess Amy Klobuchar would be the most likely candidate since she's in leadership, but she's no different than Schumer other than she's better at public relations than he is. So I don't think that would solve their problem. AOC is probably going to challenge Schumer now, though, because of the failure of this.
Why does he want to bother? Why not skip and run for president?
Well, I think Newsom's he's gaining some traction here, a lot more traction than the thought of her being the nominee is. And she may make the calculation along about early 2027 that, she can probably beat Schumer, but she probably can't beat Newsom for the nomination. So I kind of expect her now to run for Senate and think about 2032 before she runs for president.
Lord,
she will run for president before too much longer, though.
Yeah.
Lord, hear my prayer. Take me before that happens. It's okay. I've had a great life. I love my job. I love my friends, but I don't want to be around for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I do either.
Really? I mean, it just, and it again, in the face of evidence that says their ideas have never worked anywhere, ever.
No, they can't work. Because
They don't
defy human nature.
The Republicans need to counter all the Nazi name calling with, you do know that Nazi was the National Socialist Party, right?
Yeah.
What does that tell you? That's a simple comeback that may sink in a few of these thick-headed idiots that are, oh, we're going to do it right. We're going to be the first ones to do it right. Oh, my God.
But, that's such an uphill battle. It's an uphill fight because our education system has never, even most baby boomers don't understand that, because the public education system has brainwashed 5 generations of Americans to believe the Nazis were actually a right-wing party, when in reality, they were no different than the communists. Other than being more overt about wanting to kill people.
Yeah.
They weren't as good at public relations as the commies are, but it's essentially the exact same ideology. And just come at it from a different direction with different talking points and different uniforms and accents. So, but now, we've got Nick Fuentes out there who
gosh,
he doesn't even have the accent. He's as bad as the old German Nazis.
Well, I did notice that AOC has gotten a little goose step in her walk lately. Maybe there's, maybe they're just going through a learning curve.
Yeah, she's emboldened now because she got her boy elected mayor of New York. That's going to be, oh God, that's just going to be such an amazing fiasco.
Yeah, and I hope it takes her down too. If Manhattan gets a dose of this and it's disastrous, we know it will be.
Mm-hmm.
What is she going to do? How does she? Well,
they'll blame it on. They'll figure out a way to blame it on Republicans. Even though Republicans don't hold any office at all.
We need a Republican that's going to stand and say, "Cut the crap." We need a break here. When we come back, I want David's insights on how Obamacare has been exposed during the shutdown as the driver of. We've been saying it for years, and I want to find out if there's a prayer that America wakes up to the fact that it's been a disaster from day one. But I need your blog address so people can find and subscribe to your magnificent work, David.
DavidBlackman.substack.com for politics and Blackman.substack for energy. I write about both every day.
And at some point, something to ponder, David. The pending arrest. Well, one is arrested. Place has not been arrested, but this Major League Baseball gambling scandal that's breaking, is this the biggest since the Black Sox of 1919? I suspect that it is, and it's only going to get
bigger.
Oh, and also Trump at the football game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So all of that's coming ahead with David Blackman, our show presentation of Montgomery Paint and Body. The market was up today, rather healthily too, and Brett McDonald will tell us why and how this impacts you and your money at 5:15 this afternoon for an appointment to sit down and meet his incredible team at the High Energy and Vista Advisors. No obligation, no sales pitch, just a chat. 387-0094 in Vista Advisors.
Traffic is brought to you by Skipper Pools. Skipper Pools for weekly service, equipment and liner replacements, and a sparkling pool all year. 356-0237. Skip the rest. Call the best. Skipper Pools.
Well, at the moment, traffic light to moderate all over the area and building, especially east and east-south Boulevard, 231 to Wetumpka. Also, Taylor, Vaughn Road, Norman Bridge, building just a little bit. No accidents that are causing any problems that we're aware of at the moment. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to moderate traffic. Buckle up. We'll keep you updated. High school students get a head start on college with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Over 400 students are taking advantage of this program. Registration going on now for spring 2026. Go to trinumstate.edu/dual enrollment for more information. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A fifth arrest has been made in connection to the October 4th mass shooting that left 2 people dead and 12 injured in downtown Montgomery. 22-year-old Ivan Jarvis Floyd is charged with illegal possession of a firearm. Unrelated to the mass shooting, Floyd is also charged with 2 counts of first-degree robbery, 3 counts of assault, and a bond revocation for reckless murder. The person killed in a fiery Friday morning crash involving a pickup truck and an 18-wheeler has been identified. The collision happened shortly after 10 a.m. near Hyundai Boulevard in Hope Hull, where both vehicles became fully engulfed in flames. The driver of the tractor-trailer, 58-year-old Nathan Griggs, died on the scene. A new police substation is coming to East Montgomery. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office will be opening the new substation at the Shops at East Chase. A ribbon-cutting ceremony and open house is set for Thursday, November 13th from 10:30 to noon. Sheriff Derek Cunningham invites the public to attend. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Holy cow, Benji. Gold has gone up to $4,000 an ounce. How can our audience cash in at Marguerite's?
At Marguerite's, we do more than sell jewelry. We also buy jewelry. If you have old jewelry, broken jewelry, jewelry that you don't know what it is, bring it to us and we'll pay you for it. So don't let your old jewelry collect dust. Let Marguerite's pay you for it. Take advantage of gold being at an all-time high. Come see us at Marguerite's and let us give you some money.
Tell them where they can find you, Benji.
We're at 8163 Vaughn Road at the Pepper Tree Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week.
The government shutdown has put a lot of people in a tight spot, having to pinch pennies. Pizza Perfect is going to do its part to help everyone save some money. In November, they're going to continue to charge only $10 for their all-you-can-eat buffet. Enjoy pizza, spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $10 in November. At that price, you can save some money to buy some Christmas gifts. Pizza Perfect, Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook. Available for pickup and delivery.
We worked with a lot of clients over the years, like a lot of clients. And the one thing we've learned is that every client deserves more.
More attention, more dedication, more results.
That's why we opened Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Take real estate to the next level.
Here, it's not about us. It's about you, your goals, your dreams, your success.
Buying, selling, or investing, we built this brokerage to work harder and smarter for you. So give Eddie Bader a call, 334-322-0662.
Or give me, Hannah Grantham, a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you how real estate is done.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. And people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. I hope the cold weather fans are enjoying this, because I'm not. Clear skies and record cold tonight. Overnight low temperature, I kid you not, by morning in the lower 20s, and that's not the wind chill factor. Take all your cold weather precautions. By the way, the record is 29. For Veterans Day tomorrow, a chilly day, not quite as cold as today, but high temperature only up to about 54, down to 33 on Tuesday night, and a big warm-up late week. We'll be back in the mid-70s by Thursday and Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Here, the Republicans run the House, the Republicans run the Senate, the Republicans run the White House, the Republicans run the Supreme Court, as far as I'm concerned. This was a choice by Republicans to cut SNAP benefits. This was a choice by Republicans to cut ACA subsidies. This was a choice by the Republicans to gut the federal government and federal employment. Democrats had nothing to do with it. I want an opposition party. I think the Democrats caved. I think the Democrats let down the American people. And like you, Whoopi, I have absolutely no faith that the Republican Party will come to the negotiating table in good faith. You know, you do something like this, shame on you the first time. You do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, shame on me. Shame on the Democrats for even believing that the Republicans will even vote on it. There's no guarantee in this New Deal that there's going to be a vote. There's no even commitment to have a vote. So the bottom line is the Democrats went into this after a blue wave out of the American people saying we do want the opposition. We the working people want the Democratic Party to fight for them. And now they just caved and surrendered. I think Chuck Schumer, his days are over. If he cannot keep his caucus together, he needs to go. He needs to be replaced.
Well,
maybe Chuck will invite her over for a cheeseburger. Try and work.
Give her botulism, yeah.
Yeah. There she is, the $10 million woman. She's all about you, friend. She's all about the poor.
I mean, literally nothing she said in that minute and a half screed was true. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. And ABC just pretends that's a news program.
It's not a news program. Yeah, I thought for a minute there a while back when they remember almost daily they were issuing corrections and apologies.
Yeah.
I thought maybe their days were numbered. But I mean, I have been in several of our country's finest mental facilities over my life. And every mental facility needs a family meeting room. I think The View is it for America. Yeah. That's where everybody goes. You see, I got out. It's been a long time, too. I just want everybody to be reassured I'm not sitting here on the edge of a
psychotic vacation.
Yeah. Although there are days.
Oh, yeah.
But I learned the tools to deal with it. And one of those tools is on the air with us now. That's David Blackman. He's the guy that has the answers and the information that helps me make sense out of things. And I understand. Look, we predicted it. In fact, we fought hard on trying to prevent Obamacare from getting passed. So popular that it made it by one lousy vote in 2012, right?
2009, 10.
I remember sending $100 check to whoever it was that was running for Senate. Even Massachusetts elected a Republican senator to stop that bill from becoming law. And it's done nothing but damage to the entirety of the healthcare system ever since.
Yeah, I mean, it's quadrupled the cost of health insurance. You know, and this whole deal exposed those subsidies. What were they? It was $50 billion a year, and it wasn't being paid to subsidize individuals to help them pay for their health care.
No.
The money was going directly to the insurance companies.
Well, they just turned it around.
And they just take the money in and then increase their rates. And it's just this big, huge grift, that the profits from the insurance companies get kicked back to the members of the Senate and the House. for their campaigns and keeps them in office. Same thing with the pharmaceutical companies. Same thing with everything, every Democrat program like this. And we all have, well, first we have John Roberts to thank for it, who wrote the opinion. Let's do a little history lesson here.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court had, this Obamacare came before the Supreme Court. The mandate that it initially had that forced people to buy an insurance plan under Obamacare or get fined $2,500. The question was, is that a tax or not? And John Roberts, to tell you the dishonest skunk he really is, wrote what was going to be the majority opinion overturning Obamacare by declaring that a tax, which it is. It's a tax. And if it's a tax, then because of the way the program's structured, it was unconstitutional because it was a discriminatory tax against a certain class of people,
right?
Which you can't do. And he wrote what was going to be the majority opinion. And then right at the end, decided to change his vote to vote with the other side in order to keep Obamacare intact. Now, why would he do that? The guy who wrote what became the dissenting opinion votes with the majority. Why would he do that? Was he bribed? Is he compromised? It's one or the other.
Or both.
I'm voting for the
both, yeah.
The big manila envelope that was slipped under his door when the video cameras were off. That's what I'm voting for.
So anyway, and then of course we have John McCain to thank for it later in 2017 when the vote came to the Senate. And it fell one vote short, John McCain, because of his personal dislike for Donald Trump, made a big show of going on the Senate floor and turning his thumbs down to vote no on the bill that would have overturned Obamacare.
Bastard.
And restored the system to, not anything that's ideal, but certainly better than what we've had since 2011.
That man.
Yeah.
And
by the way, McCain had just finished campaigning for re-election based on a promise to repeal Obamacare. That's what a dishonest snake he was.
What the hell is wrong with Arizona? They're so old there they can't remember what they voted for. Why did they? I mean, that's disturbing. I mean, he betrayed his own constituents.
Yeah.
Who were expecting him to do that.
Home free. He had 6 years before he had to stand for election again. And so he knew within 6 years they were all going to forget about his betrayal and reelect him again if he had lived.
What do you think of the logistics and practicality? I love the fact that the president said, let's stop subsidizing insurance companies and send the money direct to people. Now, I would think people that need Obamacare would much rather get the money directly than have to pay an insurance company.
Sure.
So can't they do that? Can't they turn that into votes?
Well, I mean, if you had any sense, that's what you'd be campaigning on, right? But the Republicans don't have any sense, and
No, they don't.
They'll just let the Democrats, vote, and the Republicans will vote it down, and everybody's insurance under Obamacare is going to go up as a result. Your premiums, if you're on Obamacare plans, is going to go up.
They go up and you get less.
Huh?
They go up and you get less.
Yeah. They go up and you get less. That's right. And I assume there's 4 rhinos. Susan, we can can just basically count 2 of them, or Murkowski and Collins. And then they'll find 2 more rhinos that will vote with the Democrats to extend that subsidy, which was scheduled to expire. It was a COVID era subsidy that the Democrats enacted in 2021 when they controlled both houses of Congress, with an expiration date at the end of this year. I mean, they're the ones who implemented that requirement. It was supposed to go away because it was a budget busting thing they passed during COVID.
It's just unbelievable to me. Oh, since the president was talking about reimbursing citizens directly on the health care, What did you think about his announcement on the $2,000 tariff rebates? It's almost like, in one hand, he's cornering the Supreme Court on that decision that's coming, because if he promises that rebate and the Supreme Court takes it away, they're not going to be real popular.
Yeah, but I mean, they have lifetime appointments. If that's his goal there, it's pretty ineffective.
Well, the public will love him. And if, hey, you can always say, look, this is what I wanted to do. You think the Supreme Court rules my way every time? Guess what? They just didn't. There's some.
Yeah, I mean, it's and that's probably what his thought process is. It gives him somebody else to point the finger at, which is smart politics. The problem with it, of course, is unless I'm missing something, doing that's going to require an act of Congress.
Right.
The president can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to wave a magic wand and give y'all $2,000 a piece."
I would want to be a congressman voting against the $2,000 rebate to my district.
Yeah, no, I know, but because it's Trump, see, all the Democrats can vote against it because it's Trump. Their whole agenda is whatever Trump wants, we're going to vote against. And their voters, that's what they approve of. And so it's just this, they're just a bunch of automatons that don't think about anything. So, they'll all vote against it. And you've got all these squishy Republicans with very small majorities in each house.
Worthless.
So I just don't think Congress is going to approve. And it would have to pass a filibuster too. I just don't see how in the world that happens.
We have our first caller of the afternoon. It's Legal Eagle and Local Heartthrob.
Oh, Chad.
Hey.
Hey, guys. What's happening?
Oh, we're just having all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're touring the Idiocracy. It's packed full this week.
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is fun watching Schumer have a meltdown and Harry and Bernie Sanders having a meltdown and all the lefties on MSNBC having a meltdown because I think they thought they were winning something, which I'm still trying to figure out exactly what they were winning, other than stopping the Trump agenda. That's really what it actually came down to. It's just that we have TDS. That's why we're going to do this.
This is
when they started when they figured out they couldn't book flights out of Washington D.C. at either DCA or Reagan, or Baltimore. Then they started like, oh wait a minute, this is going to affect us.
By the way, Reagan National is going to be renamed Mondani International Airport soon.
Ooh.
No,
I'm
great.
kidding.
Then nobody will get a flight. That's right.
So that'll be what Lombardi becomes.
Yeah.
Everybody will get a ticket, but no one will get an actual flight. That would be more in line with the communists. Oh, you got a ticket. What's your problem?
Yeah.
So, Trump's going to lose that tariff case in the Supreme Court. I hate to tell you, that's the way it's going to be. There's not going to be. I'm just going to give everybody a dose of reality. There's not going to be a $2,000 tariff refund to everybody because the tariffs are going to be ruled illegal, and those are going to have to be paid back to the businesses and the entities that paid them. It's about $90 billion.
Oh God!
So the only way you're gonna distribute $2,000 for taxpayers to get Congress to appropriate it, and that's the last thing we need is to appropriate another $2,000 per American to go. I mean, our deficit's already insane. The value of the dollar, and
I'm looking more at the politics than the practicality right now. That's why I brought it up.
Oh, it's definitely the populist move. There's no doubt about it. He is trying to counter their argument, like Mondami's argument that he's for the people. He's not really for the people. No communists are for the people.
No, they're for the communists.
Communists are for the apparatchik, the commies.
Yeah.
They're never for the people. And if you don't believe that, go look at Maduro down in Venezuela. He was for the people. Venezuela was one of the top exporting economies, sitting on the largest storage of oil in the entire world. And now their people end up eating animals that are cooked from the zoo because there's no food. Everybody's left. I mean, if you knew the stuff that was going on down in Venezuela, they literally turned a wealthy country into a third world country by promising everybody equality.
Because people keep giving socialism a chance, and I'll never understand it. It just, Chad, we're close to the top of the hour, but I appreciate your call and your reality check, buddy.
All right. Yeah, I'll take you. Hang in there, okay?
You're good. All righty. Thanks. David, when we come back, We've got to, I want to talk about Blue Sky, and because it is a legitimate news story, at some point, the gambling problem, not just in baseball and sports, in my opinion, it is the most serious gambling situation in baseball since the Black Sox. And it just shows players, no matter how diligently they're lectured and the rules are explained in every language, they'll still risk tens of millions of dollars to take a few bucks to throw a bad pitch. Just unbelievable. All of that's coming up before we hit the top of the hour break with Salem Radio Network News. David, please give us your blog address.
Yeah, come see me at davidblackman.substack.com.
I'm going to go out and study that picture of Letitia James, who looks wistful, hoping they'll throw her case out. Can't stand her. All right. Thanks, David. We will be back with you. Our show is a presentation of Montgomery Paint and Body. Place, I mean, you still could get it done before Thanksgiving, but I wouldn't waste much time. Get to Georgia Floors Direct. They've been bringing beautiful flooring within reach of everyone for over half a century. It's all about, first of all, 30,000 square feet of choices in all types and styles of flooring. A team I call the Merry Band of Flooriers, put together by Jeff Mallinson, Dustin Hoffman, Q, Jonathan, Steve, Andy, Matt. What's your budget? What are you hoping to accomplish? Let's show you how that can get done and then having it installed by their teams of people. So from the moment you walk in the door to the moment you're on your beautiful new floor, or admiring your new window coverings, or the new marble and granite kitchen countertop that you may have picked there, installed by their people as well. It all happens in one location on the boulevard across from Lowe's. Georgia Floors Direct, flooring destination since 1969. And yeah, there is time to get it done before the holidays. Here's Skipper with Traffic. Salem Radio Network News ahead.
Well, a windy afternoon out there. Some reports of cars being blown around a little bit from wind gusts. And as far as accidents, well, we haven't seen anything or heard of anything so far that's causing any issues. Buckle up, drive carefully. Traffic is building all over Montgomery, all of our feeder roads outbound. Prattville, Millbrook, and Tucker reporting light to moderate traffic. At McKenna Nissan, over 100 used cars in stock, 0% financing up to 60 months on select models. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
Dinner at Epicure isn't just dinner, it's an experience. The best steaks in the Southeast, guaranteed. The Brazilian flap steak, you won't find anything to compare. And if seafood's your thing, the hand-breaded shrimp, triggerfish, and American farm-raised catfish are as fresh as it gets. And pasta, let's just say this isn't your garden variety pasta. It's Epicure, flavorful, fresh, and unforgettable. An extensive wine list, 58 beers on tap, and pick 2 dinners for just $52.99. Epicure, Tuesday through Saturday, 5 till 9. Taste the difference.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
God loves you. Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. A group of Senate Democrats has agreed now to join Republicans in ending the government shutdown. It could still be several days before all the final votes are taken in the Senate and then again in the House before the bill could be sent on to President Trump for his expected signature. Democrat Senator Jeanne Shaheen says she agreed to support the plan because it's time to end the shutdown. The Senate took its first critical step, but now it has to pass muster in the Senate and then go back to the House. The flight cancellations and, for that matter, a number of other impacts of the shutdown do continue and are expected to actually continue even after the shutdown officially comes to an end. That's because there will be the need for some ongoing government issues to get things back up and running, even though the funding may be there. Wendy's plans to close hundreds of U.S. restaurants over the next few months in an effort to boost the company's struggling profits. This is SRN News.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
There's 2 types of people here in town tonight. As this weather gets in and Rich will give you the forecast here in a second. One is the person that has a Clark's Club membership and knows that they've already been out. They've checked out the heating system and it's ready to go for these low 20-degree temperatures, wind chills in the teens, okay? And then there's those who will be crossing their fingers and then cursing a storm when it's not up to this kind of weather, especially this early in the season. A Clark's Club membership is a great investment. For $180, 2 visits to your home before each seasonal change to make sure everything is in good working order, to make in the summertime to make sure coolant is adequate. And then they're on call for you specifically 24/7, 365. I told them 2 weeks ago, bathtub emergency, faucet wouldn't shut off. From the time I called 277-2125 till the time the repair was complete, 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'll take that any time because you want to know about now, not tomorrow or the next day when there's an emergency. That's 277-2125, the best HVAC techs and plumbers on the planet. under one great roof. That's Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Visit clarkcomfort.com or again, call 277-2125. Their Alabama certification number 09098. Now, Rich
Thomas weather is brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For tough, good-looking roofs, it's Tamco Shingles from Alabama Wholesale Lumber. For great folks and great prices, call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. I hope the cold weather fans are enjoying this because I'm not. Clear skies and record cold tonight. Overnight low temperature, I kid you not, by morning in the lower 20s, and that's not the wind chill factor. Take all your cold weather precautions. By the way, the record is 29. For Veterans Day tomorrow, a chilly day, not quite as cold as today, but high temperature only up to about 54, down to 33 on Tuesday night, and a big warm-up late week. We'll be back in the mid-70s by Thursday and Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Blah, 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 blah.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I'm Jeff Bezos. It has come to my attention that there's a Black Friday boycott planned against Amazon. Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, what are you going to do? Go to an actual store on Black Friday? Really? You do realize you'll need to get dressed for that, don't you? Are you really going to change out of your pajama pants and into your going out pajama pants just to drive to a place where there's people? It's bad enough you'll be with people on Thanksgiving. Now you're going to do it 2 days in a row? Knock yourself out. Trust me, the second you pull up and see the line out the door, you'll say, buy now, and then head right back to Amazon to click buy now. Yeah, I'm really shaking in my boots over here.
He isn't wrong.
We're so lucky to have him provide us with a weekly missive for our listeners. I look forward to those too. And I wish I could animate that photo because that would make it even more authentic to make the lips move.
You could probably get one of these AI tools to do it for you.
Totally.
If you knew the prompts to give it. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but
yeah.
No, I don't know how all that works either.
I don't know if I want to know, but it's fun anyway. So I actually, David, when Blue Sky announced its existence, I am going somewhere with this thought. Destination complete thought. So this is a safe haven for libtards, right? This is where they can all go and they can have their group, whatever.
Yeah.
I actually was, and then one of the websites I read, Major League Baseball Trade Rumors, which is this is the second baseball season now. The winter season, when the teams make their plans for the next year. I'm always interested to see what's going on. Then the guys on that, they started adding Blue Sky. They didn't quit X. They just added Blue Sky to it. Like, you know what? You're really annoying me with this. And I let them know. I sent them come on. We all know what that website's for. Baseball should have nothing to do with politics. But what's going on there now with the Democratic Civil War? What are you seeing? Because I can't visit it. I don't want to see.
I have a shadow account there, but I'm like you. I have a hard time sticking around for any period of time. It's such a zoo. But, I mean, it's just basically what we see on television, the woke lunatics, the AOCs and the Rashida Tlaibs, the people who think those are their heroes, are all angry at the Democrats in the Senate for caving in, which was the inevitable outcome of this since day one, because the Republicans just didn't have any reason to compromise. And but they're all angry as hell, and they're going to use it as an excuse to try to get rid of, the old guard in the Democratic Party, which frankly, I agree with him, has been incredibly counterproductive and destructive to the country. The problem is that you guys, you woke lunatics are worse. So there's going to be a fight. I mean, you see the 8 senators, Gene Shaheen and Angus King and Dick Durbin, and Fetterman's an outlier because he actually has understood where this was all going since it began.
Yeah.
But they're all the old guard senators. They're all in their 70s and 80s. They've been there forever. They have their little fiefdoms and kingdoms that they want to lord over until they become the next Dianne Feinstein of the Senate. And so they're not going to give up easily. I mean, this is an enormous revenue stream for all of them being a senator, and they've all become very wealthy doing it. So it's not like they're just going to say, okay, y'all have it, I'm going away. And so there's going to be a long-term fight for power and control of the Democrat Party. It's a little different. I was going to say it's kind of like what's happening in the Republican Party, but it really isn't, because the Nick Fuentes of the world are really fringe. Okay, they're the lunatic fringe of the GOP, but they're not really a part of it. They're just loudmouths who are racists and bigots and whatever else they believe. And so they've never been an accepted part of the Republican Party, like the AOCs, who are also anti-Semites and racists and bigots.
Yeah.
I have become completely accepted part of the Democrat Party. That Democrats are going to take anybody. They're willing to have anybody that's going to be a stupid, mindless vote for them. So it's not like they've been rejected, but they want control. They want power. Pelosi was always great at keeping AOC and Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar out there on the fringe, but now they're becoming the mainstream of the party and in Congress. And so it's just this gradual shift in power, and it's not going to be pretty inside the Democrat Party for quite some time to come.
Well, that's
and
nice.
It's great. It's
Yeah,
great for
no,
America.
that's
Good for us.
Yeah, I have some friends that are traditional old school Democrats, and I feel sorry for them in a way that they haven't awakened to this. I understand you want to be a liberal, but today's liberal is not liberal at all.
No.
Not like the ones I've had as friends and talked to over the years. For some reason, they don't want to recognize what's going on. They think that we're promoting a conspiracy about their party. And it's out there to see. And if you really buy into what they're selling, then God help you.
Yeah. Anyway, it's it's the Border Patrol thing. Yeah, in Chicago.
Yeah, man. I hate seeing that. But I wonder who was behind that. The president went to the football game yesterday. It was in D.C., right?
Yeah, the Commanders and the Lions.
And I guess they flew Air Force One over the stadium beforehand.
Well, they did. It was pretty. It was low too. They didn't just fly way up high. They were coming in for a landing.
Given how they reacted, I wish they had sprayed the crowd with nitrous oxide or something and put them in a better mood. They were really ugly, but were they ugly to Trump specifically, or ugly to the government, or frustrated over the I'm sure a lot of people sitting in that stadium were furloughed or not getting a paycheck.
Yeah, they were booing Trump while he was swearing in several hundred new military recruits who were out there on the field.
Isn't that nice?
Not cool.
Yeah. And they're booing the whole time. It's just disgusting. Ridiculous behavior.
I did not hear Trump's appearance in the broadcast, but how did that go? I heard
it was hilarious. Typical Trump. He's in there in the booth with the two game announcers and, just joking around and having a fun time. And they let him call a couple of plays, and it was just pure Trump fun. There's about an 8-minute clip that's been circulating across social media of it today. That's it's the full clip of him being in the booth. It was really hilarious. He's so he's just so comfortable with himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, he just is who he is, and he's not worried about what people think about him, and he's just was complimentary to both teams, and it was all entirely positive, and he had a wonderful time, and the announcers obviously did too. Trev Alberts, the color guy, I wasn't sure who he was, a former player, but anyway, they all had fun, and it was just classic Trump.
And I'll bet, the sad part is those announcers will probably get all kinds of hate just for
sure.
letting
I'm
them
sure they
in the
have.
booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so sick and
Oh,
pathetic.
it's on Fox now.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, see, we're ahead of Fox.
Sometimes we do that. We'll talk about something and then it'll come up on screen like
because
right
we
after.
are the timely show.
Mm-hmm.
That's us. We have, by the way, you're welcome to join us at 272-9228 on our Monday tour of the American Idiocracy. And Mike, you're next. Good afternoon.
Hey, just one quick comment. Y'all were talking about the people that are in the Democratic Party today. Just my observation, in my opinion, but if John F. Kennedy were alive today, I think he would be a Republican.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, John F. Kennedy's policies were indistinguishable from Ronald Reagan, just 20 years apart.
Yeah.
And by that 20 years time, what John F. Kennedy governed as had become a conservative Republican. So, I mean, yeah, they'd call him Hitler. I mean,
So in his inaugural address, when he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, what you can do for your country."
When was the last time you heard a current day Democrat quote JFK or even bring him up?
Nope.
They don't, because he would have been a Republican today.
Yep. Hey, thanks. I got to go.
Good point.
Thanks.
Thank you. Excellent point, as a matter of fact. Since we just talked about football, can we touch on the baseball thing? The gambling?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't care about baseball, but you do care about sports in general, or maybe concerned about the proliferation of gambling websites and so forth, I never thought I'd see the day where not only would there be an acceptance, but sponsorship, FanDuel and some of these other things dominate and have commercials running during broadcasts. And now an all-star caliber relief pitcher, Emmanuel Clase with the Cleveland Indians, and a kid named Ortiz, not nearly as prominent, but still a major league player, have been charged with a variety of counts relative to throwing certain pitches so people could win. I didn't realize prop bets were done. Is the next pitch going to be a ball or a strike? They're really doing that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that's
it's crazy. Gambling. It's insane. Yeah, and I'm sure that's just the tip of the iceberg in Major League Baseball. They can't be the only two who've been gotten to. I'm just waiting for them to get around to the officials, because I think we've talked about this several times. I've been convinced for really 15 years now that probably half the NFL games are rigged.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of college games are rigged, and we've seen it really become pretty overt in a few SEC games this year.
Oh,
two involving Auburn.
Yeah.
The Georgia game and the Oklahoma game clearly were fixed, rigged by the officials. And I've long contended, I'm a former football official myself, and I witnessed cheating officials at the high school level when I was doing it. And it's real easy when you understand the flow of the game to look at most NFL games. There's a few games each week that are not close, and you can't really influence those. But the referee by himself in most NFL games can really influence which team is going to cover the point spread.
Yeah.
Simply by calling 2 or 3 strategically timed holding penalties on the team he wants not to cover the spread at key points in the game. And it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take like 5 pass interference calls in a row that are bad calls. You can call holding on somebody every play in an NFL game.
Sure.
And so it wouldn't even raise suspicion. And so but there's patterns to it. I spent several years, kind of cataloging and keeping track of how these games, when these penalties were called and where the teams were on the field and what the score was. And there's clear patterns to it. And so and in the SEC, and it's not just the SEC. I mean, the Big 12 was even worse, frankly, than the SEC is when Texas was over in the Big 12. You just see it a lot where you just have these inexplicable calls at key points in the game that are like last week's game between Texas and Vanderbilt. I think is a great example. Texas has a 24-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden, every call by the official starts going Vanderbilt's way until Vanderbilt is able to score 3 straight touchdowns and make it a 3-point game at the end, 34-31. What was the point spread in the game? Texas by 3.5. So Vanderbilt covered. Now,
Wow.
Texas completely dominated that football game for 3 quarters. This was not a contest. It was a rout. Okay. Then suddenly the tenor of the officiating completely changes the tenor of the game. And they come back and cover the point spread. I mean, am I bitter? No, because Texas won the game. I don't bet on the games anymore. I used to bet on college football, but I don't do it anymore because I believe so many of the games are rigged. You're just crazy if you bet your money on this stuff. And I believe this investigation is going to get around to all of that and to NBA officiating, which has been clearly corrupt for 40 years. And, it's time to bring all that stuff to light.
I have to 100% agree because in the NBA, we've seen a coach and a player now out of the game. I mean, Emmanuel Clase made that decision to participate in these prop bet pitches, knowing that he had tens of millions of dollars guaranteed him in the future. Tens of millions of dollars for what was a relatively paltry amount of money is that greed? Is that stupid? Is that what? Honestly,
you may find out he was a habitual gambler, a degenerate gambler who got in real deep with some mob-tied people and had to start doing stuff like that to pay back his gambling debts. I mean, I think, people, when you're a degenerate gambler, it doesn't matter how much money you're making, right? You're going to go. You just have this compulsion. It's a compulsion. It's like being an alcoholic, it just is a compulsion. And, why would baseball players as a class be exempt from that? They're not, obviously. And same thing with football officials. Some people just have that compulsion to be involved in that sort of thing.
Yeah, I have attended some Gamblers Anonymous meetings, and some people dismiss that as a true addiction because it's not a chemical going into a vein. That would be very inaccurate.
It's still that you're addicted to the dopamine that you get from it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's a chemical reaction. You get that rush of dopamine and your brain becomes addicted to that.
I've heard 1,000 alcoholics and drug addicts catalog all their losses that their substance abuse gave them. What gamblers did in service to their addiction, it was.
Oh, yeah. And they'll just keep doing it until they hit rock bottom, just like alcoholism, drug addiction.
Yeah.
It's just a compulsion. They can't quit.
It's tough. David, we're already closing in at 4:30, so we got our bottom of the hour break with news and traffic and weather. Let's get your blog address out there so we can come back and do another great segment with you.
Yes, it's gamblersanonymous.com. No, davidblackman.substack.com for politics and blackman.substack for energy.
And let's look into the headline. It says Russia hoax subpoenas to be issued.
Oh,
yes.
Can't wait for that. All right, we'll be back with David in a minute. Our show brought to you in part by Dana Delk and Jacqueline Tomlinson. Delk and Tomlinson, attorneys at law for family law expertise. and leadership in a situation. And again, I say this every time. You may not have a problem in your marriage or in life, but you may know somebody. Please encourage them to turn it over and get help so they can survive it, navigate it, and come out on the other side of whatever the conclusion is going to be, ready to move on with their life. And there's two people, I can't think of two people that are better equipped to help folks navigate that. But you got to ask for that help at 819-4810. So if not you, somebody you know. Maybe you know somebody who's had nothing but roadblocks and obstacles in the path towards adoption, or with blended families. They help you with those too. They are totally versed and experienced in all matters and angles of family law, including right down to writing a will. Just to demonstrate that, Jacqueline came on the show one day and we did it live on the air. It's all that is really, nobody wants to think about that, but that is really something everybody should have as a gesture of love for their family. So there's no question about what final wishes are. 819-4810 or the AlabamaFamilyLawyers.com for Delkin Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
The representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Back with David coming up.
Traffic is brought to you by Dillon Rings. Dillon Rings has great watches and beautiful rings. Or have Josh design a piece of jewelry for you. Shop Dillon Rings now at 119 Brown Springs Road. And check them out on Facebook.
Traffic continues to build on Monday afternoon, and it is windy. It is freezing out there. Cars are getting blown around a little bit. We're getting some reports of that. We've also got light to mostly moderate traffic now everywhere. Boulevards are getting busy, as well as I-65 and 85, but right now, no real issues out there other than heavy traffic. We will keep you updated. Great shopping at Midtown Plaza. Shop Verizon. Then eat at Hunan Garden or American Deli. Midtown Plaza and Street off I-85. Another great McClinton & Company development. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Jack Ingram Nissan. Shop now at jackingramnissan.com.
1819 News.
U.S. Congressman Dale Strong is celebrating the recent opening of the FBI National Counter Unmanned Training Center. Strong called the new center at Redstone Arsenal the first of its kind and state-of-the-art. The training center will be for preparing law enforcement and security professionals in dealing with the threats of unmanned aircraft systems. Strong says this is another way in which the U.S. can strengthen its security posture and protect millions of Americans. The congressman was on hand at the facility for a ribbon-cutting ceremony that was held by the FBI that included the first incoming class of trainees. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that 70% of people experience a potentially traumatic event in their lifetime, and that 6 out of every 100 adults face PTSD every day? Help us bring hope to these survivors by signing up for your Alabama Distinctive PTSD Awareness License Plate today. The great thing is you can sign up no matter when your current plate renews, and the first year is complimentary. All you need is your VIN number on hand. Drive awareness, drive hope, and customize your plate today at atease.org.
An attorney in Baldwin County showed up to a recent county commission meeting making some serious allegations against the Alabama Department of Human Resources. Attorney Yancey Burnett says he's been practicing law in Alabama for 35 years and has identified perverse incentives that are making it financially appealing for DHR to seize children from parental custody and keep them from being cared for by other family members. Yancey cited Title IV of the Social Security Act that gives the state federal funds for every child put under a DHR program. Burnett says he's been able to win 85% of his parental right cases in Baldwin County, which is one of several proofs that DHR is not acting in the best interest of family or child.
How can that be? If DHR is right, my winning percentage should be 0. Just this week, Monday, my office was responsible for 9 kids being returned.
I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
In the market for a used car? Visit jackingram.com to view our selection of luxury, domestic, and imported vehicles. With 8 locations and online at jackingram.com, Jack Ingram Motors is sure to have the perfect car for you.
I'm Jim Smith with Adams Drugs. At Adams Drugs, we offer a wide variety of services, including delivery, compounding, wellness clinics, and immunizations. Now is the time to visit any Adams Drugs location and get your flu shot. Getting an annual flu shot can help prevent you from getting the flu, reduce the severity of symptoms if you get the flu, and prevent serious complications such as hospitalization and death. Getting your flu shot at Adams Drugs protects you from getting sick, but it also makes sure that those around you, especially those at high risk, remain safe. Each year, up to 49 million people in the U.S. contract the flu. Depending on the flu virus's severity, deaths as a result of flu complications could skyrocket to 79,000 people nationwide. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for a location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Get ready to fall into savings at Royal Furniture. Power reclining sofas from just $15 a month. Dining sets starting at $12 a month. And recliners from only $8 a month. Enjoy up to 60 months, no interest with no down payment at the time of purchase with approved credit. And get a free queen mattress with any in-stock bedroom set priced $9.99 or more. Incredible value and service are waiting for you at Royal Furniture in Prattville, Montgomery, Auburn, and 11 other locations across Alabama and Tennessee. All credit offers subject to credit approval. See store for details.
For more than 50 years, the Tears family's been keeping the river region flowing with Roto-Rooter. From drain cleaning to septic repair and installation, no job's too big or too messy with a local team you can trust. So when water won't go where it's supposed to, call the hometown experts who've been serving Montgomery for over half a century. That's 272-7130 or visit rotorooteralabama.com. And remember,
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Businesses have trusted our family at Delta for their printing needs since 1979. Today, Delta does business printing and so much more. We print invitations, Christmas cards, Canva, and Etsy files in as little as 24 hours. We can also print and address the envelopes, saving you time and money. Come see us at 5757A Atlanta Highway or call 271-COPY or shop at letdeltadoit.com. When you need printing, copying, gifts, signs, or more, let Delta do it.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Earnest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Earnest, 334-279-7431. Earnest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. I hope the cold weather fans are enjoying this because I'm not. Clear skies and record cold tonight. Overnight low temperature, I kid you not, by morning in the lower 20s, and that's not the wind chill factor. Take all your cold weather precautions. By the way, the record is 29. For Veterans Day tomorrow, a chilly day, not quite as cold as today, but high temperature only up to about 54, down to 33 on Tuesday night, and a big warm-up late week. We'll be back in the mid-70s by Thursday and Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
It's a big deal. They killed the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Incredibly short-sighted. It'll hurt mostly rural communities. Maybe that's their intention. There'll be news deserts. Nobody will be covering the school board or the city council meeting. They'll miss not only the children's and primetime programming, but they'll miss Homeland Security stuff, continuing education, classrooms of the air, warning stuff that comes from the PBS signal. We've been hit, but we'll recover. I'm worried about somebody who's coming up right now that has a lot of talent that's not going to get a grant to do that. The American experience has been put consciously on hiatus for a while. It will be revitalized. It's got an incredible back catalog that can help remind us about.
I like Ken Burns' documentaries mostly, except when he invokes climate change and racism, which means I don't like any of his documentaries.
Well, he seems to be a little bit excited, overly excited about something that has had literally zero effect on a single PBS or NPR station.
Really, and I don't see any NPR and PBS live in an unrealistic world. Anybody that works in the broadcasting private sector is not making the money they are. For bad ratings, I mean, let's face it, most of these stations draw a very passionate, but it's not a big crowd. We're not talking about, something that's why you don't hear much about it. We haven't had one call. Oh, what about PBS?
No.
Well, and think about what he's saying, that rural communities are going to be most impacted. Why?
Yeah.
He acts like, and Democrats in general act like rural communities are just these backwoods hick places where everybody's cooking over a campfire and dressing their kids in hand-me-down clothes and third-generation tennis shoes and sending them off to one classroom schools. They don't have broadband. They don't have internet. They don't have any options but to twist that TV antenna to pick up the local PBS station so we can watch us some Ken Burns documentaries. I mean, it's just this East Coast, West Coast view of flyover country in America that is so incredibly insulting. It's just insulting as hell. And and I'm like you. I've enjoyed his documentaries. The Civil War thing was the greatest masterpiece of documentary filmmaking ever made, period. And baseball wasn't far behind it. But this thing on the American Revolution he's doing, I have little doubt it's going to be a completely politicized fiasco because he has gone stark raving crazy with TDS. And that's just a shame. It's a tragedy.
And our taxpayers should fund that opinion, right? I mean,
right.
Let him have his opinion, but quit hiding it. Oh God, I'm conflicted because there are episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm I absolutely love. But in the more recent years of that series, he did an episode. He's pitching a show called Young Larry to Netflix, and the guy that he's dealing with, who played Dan Egan on Veep, is the president of Netflix, and his name is Don Jr. And ultimately he comes into conflict with Don Jr. and Don Jr. sucks and da 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 da. That was clearly just an excuse to take pot shots at Donald Trump Jr. And you know what? I was not impressed. Not even worth getting angry, because I thought he looked really like a child almost, Yeah. And there was nothing entertaining, although to that point in that episode, it was funny. But he's got to get that in, and he really did it. I mean, I think he killed the series in the last season with the whole Georgia voter, like there's no civil rights in Georgia, all the usual diesel schmears that they like to promote. Very discouraging. By the way, Brett McDonald will be unable to join us at 5:15. So to fill in for substitute stock advice, Nancy Pelosi will be calling in.
Oh, Lord.
Keep an eye on our long distance line, and she'll tell us how to increase our portfolios by 16,930%.
Yeah.
In just 40 years. I mean, what?
Good advice.
Is it true there are people that literally just watch what she reports or has to report or disclose, and they just invest in those firms because she's knows something they don't?
It's mind-boggling to me. Back to Ken Burns's. I want to make one other point on that.
Yeah.
The thing he says about, well, I'm worried about the next up and coming artist who won't get a grant. Okay, it all has to be taxpayers funding all this stuff, right? Last night 60 Minutes did a segment about a researcher at Harvard who is researching some exotic technology that she says has the potential to prevent breast cancer. Okay. So it has the potential. You know how many other alternative treatments for breast cancer are out there that have the potential that their people who have been feeding off the government grants claim has the potential to do that? There's probably 10,000 of them in the United States right now, today. And Harvard University, by the way, thinks so little of this woman's and her research. You see, so what happened was her federal funding got taken away during the Doge cuts in March and April. Okay. That's what the whole piece was about, blaming Trump for causing breast cancer. Okay.
Right.
So Harvard University has an endowment that is way in excess of 50 billion. It's close to $100 billion. And if her research really has that much potential, why would the taxpayers have to fund it?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't Harvard take a few $1 million out of its gigantic endowment if what she's doing really has that such high potential and fund that?
Right.
I mean, this is how insane we've become as a country, that it has to be a government grant to fund all this stuff, and these universities just keep getting richer and richer and richer by feeding off of the government teat. It's just the whole thing's insane.
Just like Congress. I'm first of all, we all know that Jimmy Kimmel got suspended, not because he said something anti-Trump, because he freaking lied on national TV about in the aftermath of an event that was incredibly emotional for millions and 1000000s of Americans. Just told an outright lie. Did you see the story that his wife has been contacting Trump supporting relatives?
Oh, yeah.
And if they're not jumping the fence to join her, she's just cutting them off.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I mean, there was a clip of that made the round. She's sitting there doing a radio interview with Jimmy Kimmel sitting next to her, on his head like a trained monkey. Yeah.
Cool. Save them some money on Christmas presents.
David, I just received from one of our great listeners, Marty Mann. I wanted to ask if you had a chance to hear Scott Bessent with Stephanopoulos.
Oh, yeah. I wrote about that
this weekend. I thought so. I knew I had seen it somewhere, and if I saw it somewhere, it had to be your blog. Can I play a little bit of that clip? Because
it's only like 50
let's set
seconds.
it up. Bessent really gave it to him straight on.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. Trump's got people
it was a
much
pretty
better.
confrontational interview, typical Stephanopoulos trying to play gotcha with a Republican. And Bessent just wasn't having any of it. And so he hit Stephanopoulos where it hurts.
Well, I have that clip, and we're going to play it for you. In fact, you can watch it on YouTube, Happy Hour with Greg and Pamela. And here is, we got Stephanopoulos' ugly puss to start, but it'll change.
No, George, the best way to do it, and look, you were involved in a lot of these in the 90s, and you basically called the Republicans terrorists, and
this is about the shutdown, by the way.
You said that it is not the responsible party that keeps the government closed. And so what we need is 5 brave, moderate Democratic senators to cross the aisle, because right now it is 52 to 3. 5 Democrats can cross the aisle and reopen the government. That's the best way to do it, George.
I can disagree with you about the history there, but we don't need a history lesson right now.
George,
let's talk about what's happening right now.
Shut up! I got all your quotes here. I got all your quotes here,
I am sure. I'm sure you do.
But
let's talk about the situation
read your book. So you got one purchase on Amazon this week, and that's very much what you said. No, George, the best way to do it. And look, you were involved in a lot of these.
This is how they argue. Stephanopoulos is not going to let him make his point.
Yeah.
He's going to keep talking until a talk show host in Montgomery, Alabama, goes berserk.
But that was
hang on one
perfect.
second.
I mean, that was perfect. That segment, that clip ought to become a part of every media training session done for Republican politicians for the next 20 years. This is exactly how you have to deal with these corrupt propagandists in the media. They're not news people. They're not journalists. They're propagandists, and you have to treat them that way.
At least Trump is getting people that can do this.
Yes.
He didn't have that last time. People wanting to go on and tell George Stephanopoulos he's full of crap, which he is, by the way. And doing it with a smile. And that's beautiful to watch. And anybody that was watching that show because they're Stephanopoulos acolytes, well, guess what? You just got a dose of truth. Must have been very uncomfortable. We do have to take a quick break here for traffic and come right back as we tour the Idiocracy with our friend David Blackman on News Talk 93.1 FM. Skipper, how's it moving at 4:47? And Dan, the temperature's dropping by the minute.
Well, we hope you're having a good drive. I'll tell you right now, it is windy. It's blowing some folks around here and there, and traffic's moving normally right now all over the city. However, it is busy, and it is building. And if you're coming into Montgomery on I-65 southbound, right around the 143 on-ramp from Millbrook before Northern Boulevard, we do have a vehicle against the center divider there. Service truck is on with a sign hoping to move people over. Please watch out for it. It's causing a slowdown in the southbound lanes. Other than that, we're not hearing of anything of consequence. Buckle up, be safe. We will keep you updated. High school students get a head start on college with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Over 400 students are taking advantage of the program. Registration going on now for spring 2026. Go to trentumstate.edu/dual enrollment for more information. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Try Sinclair's East. Fine dining. Vaughn at Taylor. Planning a party? Try Sinclair's.
About 15 years ago, we took over the room downstairs so much, and it's a neat private room. It has its own separate entrance, has its own separate restroom. It can be one big room that'll seat up to about 60 people, or it's got a nice divider in it that we can split it up and have about 30, 35 on one side and 15 to 20 on the other side.
The party food options are completely up to you.
This can either be the same menus we serve upstairs, or we can do a special menu.
Book the party room at Sinclair's for your holiday party.
Christmas, it's obviously great. It's pretty booked. There's still plenty of openings that people will call, but I wouldn't wait too long to call. Call 271-7654 and ask for the manager on duty. Anybody there can help them. We encourage you to call and book it for the holidays.
Get ready to party. Call Sinclair's East at 271-7654. Sinclair's East. Fine dining. Vaughn at Taylor.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Since 1993, Chad has been showing up, ready to help with whatever your home AC needs. His mission, to serve first. Chad takes the time to understand exactly what you're looking for, and if he can help, he'll walk you through the best options, sometimes even with 0% or low payment financing to make things easier. No more sweating over hot and cold spots, surprise $700 energy bills, or wondering if your unit will make it through another season. Call Chad today at 784-9144. That's 784-9144.
Call Dad. No, Ella, call Chad.
Experience the magic of the holiday season with a cruise down the Alabama River on the Harriet II, the finest entertainment spot in the river region. Take in the stunning skyline and enjoy the sights and sounds with friends and family. Book your holiday cruise today at funinmontgomery.com. Your holiday will be magical when you cruise the Alabama River on the Harriet II, the best place to entertain your coworkers, friends, and family. The stunning skyline and the sights and sounds will make your party the best. Book your holiday cruise today at funinmontgomery.com.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Still a few cool heads in the non-idiocracy.
Do not come. That is the message. If you are from New York or the New Jersey area and you are thinking you need to leave because of these elections, do not come. The Southerners, they don't want you. Stay in New York and fix your mess. Thanks.
There you go. See, that's a reasonable opinion, I think.
Is that real or is that AI?
That's real.
Yeah, that's a real TikToker.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. She kind of sounds like a very young Kamala Harris a little bit.
That's probably why she used that phrase.
Well,
That's probably why she said that.
I see two differences between that woman and Kamala. Can we put her image back up on the TV for a second?
Mhm.
First of all, she's a lot hotter. I am an
Well,
expert
she's
on this
30 years younger too. Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot hotter than Kamala Harris, and she's not drunk. So that's
not drunk.
other than that, they're twins for crying out loud. Can't tell them apart. Back to our to-do list here. I was thrilled to see they're having a climate conference.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be there.
No, we're not in on it anymore.
I love that because 99% of the climate tab from these conferences, like the $2 trillion Obama committed it. Whoa, the science is settled. Well, first of all, it's not science if it's settled. Otherwise, we'd still be telling everybody the world is flat. You idiot. You gangling, gigantic idiot with your turd of a tombstone library in Chicago that everybody hates. I'm sorry. Was I getting carried away?
No, we love that.
But we're not going to be there. So what are they going to do? Because they don't want to pay for any of this. They want us to funnel all this money.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. And China's going to fill part of the void because, China's got a lot of money now, even though they're still considered, believe it or not, the world's second to largest economy is still considered to be a developing nation under all these climate revenue redistribution schemes. But, China's has provided all the electric cars to take the delegates from the airport across the new superhighway, 18-mile superhighway. They tore down thousands of acres of Amazon rainforest to build a highway strictly for this damn climate conference.
Oh,
the irony.
And it's in a part of the Amazon that was previously a government-controlled nature preserve. Okay. They just tore it down so they could build this big highway for all these people who fly in their private jets to get to the conference faster.
They should have made them parachute in.
Yeah. Or
that's,
walk.
That's the greenest way.
Or walk or take a horse. But they always attend, and this is, again, I don't understand these Democrats who are all jitty over, as Al Sharpton would say, over Mamdani and AOC, while they're flying around. Oh, let's fight the oligarchy in this private jet. That'll teach them a lesson. Why are they not coming down on these two for that? I mean, that's the antithesis of what they preach, which is what socialists do, because it's never for them. Socialist is never for the socialist. It's for you, sucker. And wait till you get a good dose of that. Also, you've been tuned in. We've talked about this many times over the years. First of all, there were the mandates. Well, we got to have 60% of everybody driving an electric car by 2030. I mean, that's right around the corner now. That ain't happening. But the market for these cars is collapsing. Tell us how that evidence is turning up, whether it's sales or less production of those type vehicles. And the long term now, are they going to repeal these ridiculous mandates, or did Trump do that with executive order?
Well, California's mandate was basically outlawed. So California had gotten a waiver from the EPA on certain section of the Clean Air Act to implement their mandate for electric vehicles. And the Trump administration rescinded that exemption from the Clean Air Act. And so that program in California is dead. There's 18 other states that were following that program. It's dead in their states. And of course, the subsidy, the $7,000 per car subsidy, ended at the end of September, thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. So Ford is about to cancel the F-150 Lightning.
Thank goodness. That is an abomination.
It's just stupid. There was no market for it. Ford, when they introduced it in 2021, said, we're going to sell 150,000 a year of these things.
No.
Last year, they sold 33,000. It was their best sales year ever. This year, they're on a pace to sell about 24,000.
I'm shocked it's that many.
Right, I am too. And they've got all this excess capacity in these multi-billion-dollar assembly lines they built to build the damn things. And the Mustang, their Mustang EV is also, struggling to sell. And but the Cybertruck's not selling. Of course, it's been a disaster for Tesla, which was the most predictable thing in the world. Stellantis was thinking about introducing a full-size electric pickup and is now backed off. Chevy's about to cancel their own full-size pickup. So, it's going to be this chain reaction of things without those subsidies because they're not competitive. They can't.
Expensive. They're ridiculously expensive.
And the other thing is the electric vehicles were introduced in 1895. They had the same exact issues with batteries and range anxiety and fires. And, that here we are 130 years later, and they still haven't solved for those original problems, which kept it from being the dominant technology back then.
See, I have no problem with somebody driving an electric vehicle if that's what they want to do.
Sure.
And they can afford it. They're certainly draining as much fossil fuel with an electric car because fossil fuel produces the electricity that they're using to charge it. I was watching the Bible channel today, as I often am in the afternoon. Nobody believes that. I love the Bible, but I'm just kidding. There's no.
You're
Bible
just not watching.
I was just going to say, there's a Bible channel.
I didn't
probably somewhere.
They probably have a YouTube.
And you know what? I probably should watch it once in a while if there is. So I will admit to that.
Me too.
But I saw a commercial for the Cadillac Lyriq, which is an electric SUV.
Beautiful
SUV. I mean, until it got to the point where they reveal it's electric, that was an immediate down. And then they're bragging, range 326 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And how long does it take to charge those?
I really don't know, but it's more than pulling off the road to a gas station.
Right.
In your garage, it takes overnight. If you're at one of the superchargers, supposedly you can get it up to 80% in like 15 minutes.
So you're a liberal couple and you're having a baby and you have two electric vehicles that are charging in the garage and she goes into labor.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call Uber? Because your cars are charging and you can't. I mean, I'm just thinking of some of the practical.
That's probably happened.
Yeah.
And they'd have to call 911.
Probably. Well, and the range on that, the 326 mile range, that's under perfect, ideal weather conditions on a flat surface,
Mm-hmm.
No hills, no valleys. You're not going to get that under, normal circumstances.
Well, one last headline that's worth mentioning that's good news. LA Olympics are set to ban all transgender athletes.
I did see that. That is good.
So
why did it take us 6 years to get to that?
Why? That's exactly what I was just going to say.
I don't know.
Why did all those women in the previous Olympics have to get their faces beaten in by a couple of dudes?
Yeah. It's just insane. David, thank you so much for your time. As always, please give your blog address and we will see you Thursday.
Thank you. I'm always happy to be here. It's davidblackman.substack.com. Come see me. We would love to have you.
So we have one show left this week with David before he abandons us has to go on a cruise next week.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I have to tease you.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't going to miss you, I wouldn't do it. Thank you, David.
All right. See y'all Thursday.
We love you, my man. He's so good. It is 5:00.
I know. Is it dark out?
Oh yeah, it's almost there. What's the temperature?
Oh yeah. It's cold.
It's 41 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's literally I go out about every 12 or 15 minutes to pray.
You can't even get the whole thing out.
Why am I even saying that?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because I don't want to tell people to go out to have 3 puffs on a cigarette. I'm not advocating that.
Well,
Can we talk about AMS Studios?
Sure.
Let's do that. AMS Studios in Prattville. Oh.
Our favorite.
I got a new thing. See this little dark spot right here? Is that something you can work on?
Yeah. With IPL.
I want an appointment Saturday.
Let me see what I've got this Saturday.
I'm coming into a lot of money this weekend, and I'm kidding, but I really want to get this one's bothering me more than the hand. Can't have anything to do with age. It's just all that Florida sun.
Yeah, it starts to come out. It really does.
So, in fact, I might come up there and spend the whole day there and just get everything fixed.
We've got massage openings. We have,
You do.
Yep, a mini facial opening. We have waxing and spray tan appointments available, and there's lots of massage. Justin just opened his schedule, so he's got 10:15 till 3:00 open.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's this weekend, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, AMS, there's so much you can accomplish for yourself, but I'm specific, it's like a dot.
A lot of what I see right now is for anti-aging. I would say
I hate aging.
Yeah. Who wants to age? I mean, but as you age, your body focuses far less on what you look like and more about getting you around and keeping everything inside working.
Yes.
So we start to see our looks fall, literally fall.
Mm-hmm.
So we have all the technology for it, though. I mean, I had a skin consult today, and we're starting on facials and microneedling for somebody who wants to address fine lines and wrinkles.
Yeah, if somebody wanted to watch you give me an IPL treatment, I would let them do that.
Yeah, I could record it, and then we could play the video on our stream.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Because these technologies work, and they're at AMS Studios in Prattville. You got gift certificate options for everything from pampering services, from facials, massage, IPL for getting these little, you may not even be able to see it on YouTube, but I see it when I look in the mirror, and it wasn't there a couple of weeks ago. It's just one of those things. We all have that, the mysterious spot.
And IPL works, on the hands, arms, face, neck, back, legs. The spots don't just pop up on your face.
And I will tell you, I believe in this to the extent that we will do before and after pictures so you can see. All right. We're not, just take my word for it. They work. So let's figure out a time.
Okay.
In the meantime, you can visit ams-studios.com and get yourself set up for some self-improvement, or buy a gift certificate for somebody who wants a little pampering, massage, facials, and so forth. It's all there. ams-studios.com. Movie Maven next hour.
Well, we've heard of a couple of minor accidents, nothing affecting traffic flow, and we are very busy. I-65 and 85, the boulevards. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Please buckle up, drive carefully. If you're inbound to Montgomery on I-65 southbound, right around the 143 on-ramp from Millbrook, we have a vehicle against the center divider. Service truck there with them. Get over on the right if you can. Hopefully that has cleared, but last look, it was still sitting there. Buckle up. We will keep you updated. At McKenna Nissan, they have 0% financing up to 60 months on 2025 Pathfinders, Rogues, and Muranos. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. China is using a new visa program in a bid to recruit top tech talent from around the world.
China is stepping up its game, introducing a new visa scheme aimed at wooing foreign professionals in science and technology. The K visa is similar to the H-1B visa in the United States. Tighter U.S. immigration policies and uncertainties around the H-1B visa system have made China relatively more appealing. However, language barriers, quality of life issues, and internet censorship remain big challenges for China. Rich Thomason reporting.
Wendy's plans to close hundreds of U.S. restaurants over the next few months in an effort to boost its profits. A Dublin, Ohio-based chain said during a conference call with investors it planned to begin closing restaurants in the fourth quarter of this year. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health.
Hey guys, can we play football?
Oh, no, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow? You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have symptoms of ED and low T, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Montgomery Men's Health and turn your tomorrows into today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight. Call 334-440-3663. or book now in under 30 seconds at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Montgomery Men's Health, for every man in every season of life.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
Holy cow, Benji. Gold has gone up to $4,000 an ounce. How can our audience cash in at Marguerite's?
At Marguerite's, we do more than sell jewelry. We also buy jewelry. If you have old jewelry, broken jewelry, jewelry that you don't know what it is, bring it to us and we'll pay you for it. So don't let your old jewelry collect dust. Let Marguerite's pay you for it. Take advantage of gold being at an all-time high. Come see us at Marguerite's and let us give you some money.
Tell them where they can find you, Benji.
We're at 8163 Vaughn Road at the Pepper Tree Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week.
God loves you. Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Supreme Court has rejected a call to overturn its landmark decision that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. The justices on Monday turned away an appeal from a former Kentucky court clerk who refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples after the Supreme Court's 2015 ruling. The Trump administration is again asking the Supreme Court to keep full food aid payments on hold. The request Monday is the latest in a legal fight over how the SNAP program that helps 42 million Americans buy groceries should proceed during the government shutdown. Lower courts have ordered the government to keep all the money flowing. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 381 points. The NASDAQ rose 522. More details at srnnews.com.
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Inflation is hitting everyone hard right now, especially when it comes to healthcare. Over the last 10 years, healthcare costs have skyrocketed by, get this, 230%. If you have Medicare Parts A and B, you know there are still out-of-pocket expenses like deductibles and co-payments, and they really add up. But here's some good news. MediShare 65 Plus is designed to fill in those gaps and help protect you from rising healthcare costs. At only $99 per month up to age 75, you get peace of mind at a price you can afford. And MediShare is trusted, too. It's been around 30 years. It's not some big impersonal thing. It's a community of people helping each other, business owners, pastors, retirees. People love it. MediShare 65 Plus just makes sense. To learn more, give them a call. They're great to talk to. They'll offer to pray with you each time you call, too. Call now, 833-SHARE-55. That's 833-SHARE-55. 833-SHARE-55.
Happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps, the only branch of the military that can say with a straight face, they were born in a bar. And not just any bar, the original Tun Tavern. Sure, the original building was torn down in 1781, but Marine veteran Monty Dom rebuilt it a block away, which kind of feels right. Marines don't wait for history to come back. They rebuild it, shine it up, and hold a ceremony with enough pride to crack a Liberty Bell. So cheers to the Marines, the only people who can turn a birthday party into a national moment and still be early for formation tomorrow. Semper Fi.
Semper Fi. Happy birthday to our incredible Marines and Veterans Day tomorrow. We will be here celebrating our veterans.
Yes. I posted a picture from when I enlisted on my Facebook 20 years ago.
You know, it's not like I don't pay attention, but I'm so enthralled in your current role as my co-host. And by the way, at least twice over the weekend, your name came up from people just spontaneously in Facebook messages.
Really?
Yes,
Hopefully it was a good thing.
You know what they do? They say, I got lucky. Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely, because, gosh, Rosie worked with me for years, and everybody loved Rosie. And the part about that in this business is that anybody that takes somebody who is a beloved person on a show, there's a winning over process. And congratulations. I mean, I love getting notes like that. I'm not too happy if you criticize me, but I can take it.
I can take criticism too.
Well, I'm just letting you know. I wanted to share that moment because, believe it or not, in this business, there are people that will not pay you a compliment because they're afraid that you'll actually start believing in yourself or that the way the radio industry is, everybody deserves more money. I'm watching this business. I talked to a gentleman this morning. I had a meeting after the morning show. And
I know who that was. One of my employees works for him.
Yes.
And she texted me.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, she said that he likes me too.
And we were talking about, he made the statement, I really believe in radio. And I said, well, I believe in it because it still works. I mean, people still listen. It's taken a few dings and hits from alternate media, but it refuses to recognize the one thing that can save it. And that is having something or somebody they can't get anywhere else. It's always been that way before all these other options turned up. I mean, we've always had record players. We've always had that 8-tracks and cassettes, CDs, and then MTV, you know, and I'm talking about music radio specifically.
Yeah.
But music radio's biggest successes came with personalities. Now, there's a countless number of stations that are using AI DJs. Yeah. That's just right. I honestly would not mind if the government intervened and required live local radio for at least 12 hours a day, because then it would compel people who hold licenses to get off their ass and find some talented people who have potential to do something, to make a difference. It's just sad. And I tell you, it's certainly not going to happen here from the major companies that are involved in Montgomery. But you got a guy that owns this company who still believes in local radio. Otherwise, this would be Montgomery as a local entity wouldn't exist outside of the realm of sports. That would be it. 60 minutes after 5 o'clock, let's get Uncle Chi-Chi in for his shirtless weather forecast, and then we'll come right back. The movie Maven coming up later this hour, brought to you by AMS Studios in Prattville.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. I hope the cold weather fans are enjoying this because I'm not. Clear skies and record cold tonight. Overnight low temperature, I kid you not, by morning in the lower 20s, and that's not the wind chill factor. Take all your cold weather precautions. By the way, the record is 29. For Veterans Day tomorrow, a chilly day, not quite as cold as today, but high temperature only up to about 54, down to 33 on Tuesday night, and a big warm-up late week. We'll be back in the mid-70s by Thursday and Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
What else is on?
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
WAKA Action 8 News has brought you the River Region's first 9 p.m. news since 2007. Now you can watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW. Want to know where to find it? Go to Channel 22 with your antenna, DirecTV or Dish Network, Channel 14 on Charter Spectrum, Channel 7 on C Spire, and Channel 19 on WOW. Get your Weather Authority forecast, lace up sports coverage, and your local news. It makes a difference where you get your 9 p.m. news. Watch Action 8 News at 9 on the Montgomery CW.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Today in tech history.
November 10th, 2001. Apple ships the first iPod, the device that changed the course of both music and technology industries.
Update today, November 10th. Many people trash their old iPods, not realizing they could still be used as an external hard drive, mini storage for music, photos, and files. Or they were just embarrassed to be seen with old technology. This has been Today in Tech History.
And welcome back at 5:20 on News Talk 93.1 FM. Got some weird. By the way, the temperature is current temperature. I've been outside to check traffic.
It's definitely cooling down. I can
Every
feel
time I
it
go out
creeping in here.
All right, I went out and checked traffic right after we disconnected with David Blackman. It was 41. That was about 15 minutes ago. It's now 39.
Ooh.
And the wind ain't helping. Coming up with a movie maven. We have 3 different features to watch, and there's a new one. You know, Rich Thomas and I love history. And I like movies that are reenactments or recreations of things that have actually happened.
Yeah.
And there's one about the assassination of James Garfield that just came out on Netflix.
Really?
I've watched a couple of documentaries on that. Look, everything that's happening today has happened before. I hate to tell people that, but it's true. And if you want to know the outcome, the predictable outcome, you just check history and it'll show you.
Mm-hmm.
This is why it's so baffling that they never learn on the issue of socialism, like New York voters. They just keep doing the same freaking thing over and over. They give it a chance and it fails. And it's never going to work anywhere.
News Talk, who's this?
Here's a story.
Hey, hold on.
Is an England landmark farting?
What?
The Olympic Velodrome was built for the 2012 London Games, but now every time fireworks are set off near it, the Pringle-shaped building makes sounds of flatulence. And we have this is not a joke. Of course I am sharing it. I'm not one to be greedy with my sources. I wish I had a video, but this is an authentic clip of the sound the building makes.
That's interesting. An interesting echo effect, maybe?
I don't know. There's also a building in London that looks like a giant dill pickle.
What?
They call it the pickle.
Huh.
It's green glass.
Really?
Take a look at that.
I've never
Wasn't
been to
there when I
London.
was in. I liked London when I went because they hadn't gotten modern yet.
Mm.
I don't see that stuff as compatible with London, but that's just me. It's Randall on the phone.
Yes, sir. I wish it for a better reason, but one of your callers, the radio family had passed away.
Buddy.
And, Buddy, yeah, I just want to leave my condolences with Buddy's family and send goodbyes to him.
Yeah, I meant to mention it to David because Buddy had spoken with David a couple of times during the years David's been working with us. And that was such disheartening news first thing this morning because Buddy was a great guy and only 59. I don't know what happened, but yeah, our
That
condolences.
is very
as well.
young.
We talked about that for some time this morning, but I appreciate the reminder, Randall, because I needed to bring it up. Buddy was just as loyal a listener as any host in America could ever hope to have.
Yes, sir.
And that
All
made me
right,
emotional.
y'all.
Thank you, Randall.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we do care. We do care. And that just broke my heart to find that out this morning. I have not heard on arrangements, but I can take a look for those in a minute. I mentioned the Garfield thing, right? Let's take a quick scan for any last minute breaking news while the government tries to. Right now, it's looking like the Democrats are coming out on the short end of this, the end of this shutdown. I don't know how they can't. Only the lying media would make that possible. You know, they're still doing that.
Well,
Oh, Rand Paul. David predicted this. Rand Paul. He is slowing efforts to advance the funding bill.
oh, goodness.
Wow. The Art of New York City Mayor-elect Zohra Mamdani's student sketchbook. It's all Jew hatred.
Really?
Is anybody surprised? Not anybody that pays attention.
You can tell a lot about a person by what they doodle.
Yes.
You can tell a lot about them by what they just mindlessly sketch.
And the White House is taunting Ilhan Omar with a McDonald's photo suggesting she can go back to Somalia. Well, that's clearly the country she cares about. And she said, I'm here to represent Somalia. Well, last I checked, they're not one of the 57 states.
No.
So why are you putting up with that in Minneapolis? I don't get it. What a choice they had. They had a guy who looked like flat out like a terrorist and Jacob Fry for a third term.
He looked just like the actor from that Captain Phillips movie.
Yeah.
The pirate.
Yeah.
In that movie. Like spitting image. Both Somalian.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how these cities keep doing that or if these elections are fixed. 5:25. So coming up in a few minutes, see what very few people are going to be going out for a walk tonight or enjoying the weather. So if you're going to be indoors tonight and you want to look out something new or different, we have some suggestions coming up with Ellen Murray.
I don't even want to walk the trash can up the road tonight.
I would wait till the morning because the wind will be lower then. Temperature may be lower too.
They come too early.
Oh, wait a minute. You may not have trash pickup tomorrow because it's Veterans Day.
Oh, you're right. We probably don't.
You may get a break.
Yep. I'm sure we don't.
At Jack Ingram Signature Used Cars, whether you're looking at the lower end of the spectrum price-wise or you're looking at some of the Porsche Macans of more recent vintage that are being discounted by $10,000, $15,000, they all have one thing in common. They have to earn their way into that collection of vehicles before they'll resell them. By that, I mean they are deeply committed to not reselling somebody else's troubles. And when you're shopping pre-owned, this is why I'm an 8-time customer there. They have never let me down. I don't get a special vehicle. I get what everybody else has a chance to buy. Right now, they have a 2024. This is an incredible deal. 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage ES, $14,999. and it only has, I'm double checking with my glasses, 10,000 miles, just a little over 10,000 miles. That's a deal. That car still has 26,000 original warranty miles on it. That's a deal. They have a 2024 Kia Forte LXS at $17,999. That's also a low mileage vehicle in just gorgeous condition. By the way, everything that I tell you about on this website comes with photos, multiple photos, inside and out, and videos as well. So you can do a lot of shopping online before you visit them. This is cool. A 2020 Volkswagen Jetta multicolor, $19,999. And it too with very low miles. And by the way, oh, it's still there. Okay, so if you're looking for an old pickup that's in great condition and has met these high standards, there's a 2010 Ford F-150 at $49,999. That's almost a classic. Jack Ingram, signature used cars to get stopping 25 lending partners. They'll get you done. Just get yourself in to Jack Ingram, signature used cars. All right, back to the traffic dungeon. The movie Maven ahead with news.
Well, we've heard of a couple of minor accidents, nothing affecting traffic flow, and we are very busy. I-65 and 85, the boulevards. Travel Millbrook with Tumco reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Please buckle up, drive carefully. If you're inbound to Montgomery on I-65 southbound, right around the 143 on-ramp from Millbrook, we have a vehicle against the center divider. Service truck there with them. Get over on the right if you can. Hopefully that has cleared, but last look, it was still sitting there. Buckle up. We will keep you updated. At McKenna Nissan, they have 0% financing up to 60 months on 2025 Pathfinders, Rogues, and Muranos. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. The city of Montgomery will host a day of activities in tribute to military veterans tomorrow. The Veterans Day Parade will begin at 10 a.m., featuring military units, high school bands, and local veterans groups marching down Dexter Avenue. Following the parade, the community is invited to Riverwalk Stadium for a Veterans Resource Fair. The date and time have been announced for the 2025 IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl game to be played in Montgomery. The game is set for 8 p.m. on Tuesday, December 16th at Crampton Bowl and will air nationally on ESPN. The bowl game was first played in 2014 when it was known as the Camellia Bowl. A man is fighting for his life after being struck by a vehicle in Montgomery. The incident happened Friday in the area of I-85 near Ann Street, where a male pedestrian was hit by a car. The unidentified victim was transported to an area hospital in critical condition. The driver of the vehicle who struck the pedestrian remained on the scene and will not be charged. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
At Guardian Credit Union, if it's important to you, it's important to us. We don't do banking differently. We do relationships differently. Want to secure a HELOC for home projects? So do we. Want to build your credit? So do we. Want to plan your next vacation? So do we. We're here to help with whatever's next, because whatever you want in life, so do we. Stop by any of our branches and let's plan your next step together. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal Housing Opportunity. NMLS 912757.
From weddings and concerts to cookouts and construction sites, TT Porta Toilets has been serving Central Alabama for over 30 years. Whether you need standard portable toilets with wash stations or upscale restroom trailers for special events, the Tierce family has the right solution for every occasion. So when you're planning your next big event or project, make it easy on yourself. Call 285-5513. or visit ttportatoilet.com. TT Porta Toilets. Clean, convenient, dependable.
Hi, I'm Jane Ray, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Radio is an active medium. It can create immediacy, driving shoppers to a specific store, brand, or to take a specific action. Radio ads engage with the audience in a personal and unique way. Contact me, Jane Ray, by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home.
So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
I am Jeff Bezos. It has come to my attention that there is a Black Friday boycott planned against Amazon. Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, what are you going to do? Go to an actual store on Black Friday? Really? You do realize you need to get dressed for that, don't you? Are you really going to change out of your pajama pants and into your going out pajama pants just to drive to a place where there's people? It's bad enough you'll be with people on Thanksgiving. Now you're going to do it 2 days in a row? Knock yourself out. Trust me, the second you pull up and see the line out the door, you'll say, buy now, and then head right back to Amazon to click buy now. Yeah, I'm really shaking in my boots over here.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Summer is over, but the deals are hot at Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Just $29 service fee for all your AC and plumbing needs. Better call Clark today. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. I hope the cold weather fans are enjoying this because I'm not. Clear skies and record cold tonight. Overnight low temperature, I kid you not, by morning in the lower 20s, and that's not the wind chill factor. Take all your cold weather precautions. By the way, the record is 29. For Veterans Day tomorrow, a chilly day, not quite as cold as today, but high temperature only up to about 54, down to 33 on Tuesday night, and a big warm-up late week. We'll be back in the mid-70s by Thursday and Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
If you hadn't bought that electric car, it'd be even warmer right now.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
The Movie Mavens Movie Minute brought to you by AMS Studios. Relax your soul, refresh your mind, renew your spirit with AMS Studios on Main Street in Prattville. AMS-studios.com or call 730-1268. We now welcome the Movie Maven, Ellen Murray. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hi.
We're going to talk Frankenstein. No, not the Edgar Winter song. No, there's another Frankenstein we're going to talk about this afternoon, as I understand it. Tell me, is this the one with Benicio?
No.
No. It's Del Toro is right, but it's Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He's the director.
I see how your mind was working there.
Well, every time I step outside, my mind gets a little more frozen, so forgive it. Because it's so damn cold. Jeez.
Yes, this is the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein that's on Netflix now. It just got there a couple of days ago. And I started watching it. I'm not completely finished with it yet because it's a 2.5-hour movie, but I only have about half an hour left, and it is so good.
It's so
really
good.
Oh, is it?
I cried multiple times. It's a true gothic romance. But not a romance in the sense of like a romantic love as much as like about humanity.
Learning to be human, yeah.
It's so
good.
Beautiful. I'm going to watch it again tonight.
Now, wait a minute, both of you.
It took me a half a day to watch it yesterday.
I want Frankenstein lumbering around going, eh.
No, that's the monster. Frankenstein is the doctor.
Oh,
right.
Keep forgetting that part of it.
But this monster isn't that hideous. I mean, but he's unrecognizable. Like, even I cannot see Jacob Elordi under that makeup.
I can see it in his eyes, but yeah, I think they refer to him as the creature in this and not a monster because he doesn't really look like a monster.
Never gets the name.
He's
No.
he's the creature.
Well, heck, they could have cast Sean Penn, saved on makeup.
He's not as
Well,
tall.
they originally had cast Andrew Garfield, who's like not at all monstrous.
I could see him doing it though. I love Andrew Garfield. I could see him doing it too, but there is an
Well, it's
effect
funny
with
because-
Jacob Elordi being 6'5".
Yeah, exactly. Because Andrew Garfield was only 5'10", so
Mhm.
it's a huge difference.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with guys that are 5'10", 5'11". Okay, I want to make sure everybody.
No, I'm not saying
That's
nothing's
taller
wrong
than
with it,
average.
but he doesn't have the monster feel to him and like towering over you.
Right.
So obviously, you both think very highly of this. I have not seen it. How's it doing with the Rotten Tomato Index?
It's at 95 audience score right now. Critics were
Wow.
86, but they're always going to be critical.
That's impressive.
So good. I downloaded the soundtrack on my Spotify like immediately.
The soundtrack.
Yes.
That's part of it.
It's good.
It's good.
It's classical. I mean,
It's very
it goes-
cinematic. Like you get swept up in the world of it.
Didn't you have turned me on to somebody I love, the Critical Drinker, on YouTube, and I think if I remember correctly, he said there have been 991 screen adaptations. I don't know if he was exaggerating for purpose, or 991 versions of Frankenstein. It's kind of impressive that somebody could come up with something that would be different enough that people would embrace it.
Well, I read a Vanity Fair article about Guillermo del Toro's making of this, and he's had this vision for like 30 years, and he's always wanted to make this movie, and he's been asking people to fund it forever, and finally Netflix was like, all right, we'll do it.
it was so good. I loved it.
I have to get my Del Toros straightened out here.
Yeah. You know what he said that he would like to do his own version of next that he's also been thinking of and has an idea of for a long time?
What's that?
The Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh.
You know, nobody's
that would
really
be
done
good.
that. I mean, the Lon Chaney silent film, that was a masterpiece for its time.
Well, they had one in about 2004, maybe.
The musical.
Oh,
It was a major motion picture with
Right.
Gerard Butler and
But they made
Emmy
Of course,
Rossum.
it's a musical.
Yeah.
It's an opera.
Right.
You'll have to forgive me. I'm from the slow part of the class. They told me I could ask questions here.
But that
Hey, I
was
will say,
that was very good, but it wasn't I don't know, it was more ballet than gothic romance to me.
Del Toro did say that Mary Shelley and Boris Karloff were like as important to him as his own parents. I found that interesting.
That is an interesting comment.
Mhm.
All right, so that's Frankenstein, and that's on Netflix.
Yes.
So good.
You sent a note earlier today about the new thing on Netflix. I'm sure I saw an ad for it as well, or a written ad. Something about the assassination of Garfield. What was the name of that?
Oh,
Death by Lightning.
yeah, Death by Lightning. That's what it is. That's also on Netflix. That looks like something I'm definitely going to check out.
Yeah, me too. That is one I would like to watch because it's about something that actually happened. Okay, great. We've got a winner at the top of the list here. Seven Veils. What is that? Sounds like Seven Brides or something.
So speaking of opera, this was something I just came across, and it was really interesting to me because it's about. Okay, so Amanda Seyfried, who I really like, plays an opera director who was like tapped by her mentor to direct this remake of the opera of Salome, who is a biblical character who demands the head of John the Baptist on a platter in exchange for dancing this dance of the seven veils, which is, a dance where she loses the veils in the end. But while she's directing this opera, her personal life is kind of like coming undone, and these memories from her childhood are arising, and it's deeply personal, and it's really it was really well done, I thought.
All right.
And also has lots of good opera singing if you like that sort of thing.
And then Pluribus. Tell us about that on Apple. I think I hear Pluribus and I think of a coin.
That's the only way I've ever heard it used also. But two people whose recommendations I take very seriously have both said that this is an excellent show and that you should definitely watch it. It's like a cerebral sort of cinematic puzzle is what I read about it. Like you don't really know what's happening right away. You have to figure it out, which I love shows like that. And yeah, it just came out too, and it's just going to do that once a week thing. So 2 episodes dropped at first. You can watch it on Apple TV, and then I guess there'll be 1 episode a week after that from now on.
So just to recap,
Who's in
everybody.
that?
What?
I don't recognize any of the actors.
Okay.
No star. I mean, no big star.
Which can also be better because you don't have your preconceived opinions about somebody.
Right. You're like, oh, he's typecast, always the bad guy. This is where this is going.
Right.
Well, some interesting options. I don't know if anybody's going to go out for a walk tonight, or certainly not that kind of weather. Throw a log on the fire. Some hot soup or chili from Baumhauer's recommended. And enjoy either Frankenstein, that's on Netflix, with high both.
Oh, 20 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10.
I'm impressed. Now I want to see it.
It's
I
so
loved Christoph
good.
Waltz's character too.
Oh my gosh. That
I mean, he's good
was
in everything, but he was awesome.
oh, there wasn't a bad actor in the movie.
No, I love Mia Goth's character too. I mean, she's enchants everyone.
I love her. She's my girl crush.
I'm feeling left out.
You need to watch
We're just
it.
gushing about how good it is.
I know.
You should
No,
watch it.
look.
I love it.
The whole point of this segment is to tell people, hey, here's something you might want to check out, or this is something you might want to avoid. And you're doing a great job. 7 Veils, that is rentable on Prime or Apple TV Plus, and Pluribus, which I'm still not sure. This is again.
I don't really know what it's about myself. Just that I'm going to like it.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned it's for intelligent people. We have a new rating on the show. EBG. This is rated everybody but Greg.
Okay, I just Googled that, and the overview is simply one sentence. The most miserable person on earth must save the world from happiness.
Has Hillary Clinton got a role in this?
But there's a lot more to it than that.
That's an interesting one-line.
Don't bring her name up in my presence.
You know what? I don't like to bring it up in my presence either, but thank you for the
She who
reminder.
must not be named.
I will behave the next time we chat later this week, and maybe we'll have a chance to hear about Death by Lightning, which sounds very interesting, at least worth checking out.
Yes. Do you have a minute for me to tell you about some information that I have about a warming shelter that's open tonight?
Yes, please do. I should have looked for some information on that because it's brutal. It's really brutal out there tonight.
Yeah, so there's going to be a warming shelter open from 7 p.m. tonight till 7 a.m. tomorrow at the Crump Center, which is at 1751 Congressman Dickinson Drive. And there's also going to be special bus routes going from the downtown station to the shelter tonight at 7, and then in the morning at 5:30, 6:30, 7, and 8:15.
Good. This is definitely a dangerous cold. You don't want to see humans out in this at all. Ellen, thank you for your heart and for your assessment on these films, and we'll talk again. I'd like to get you back on tomorrow because you and Master Thespian are always fun.
I will be in transit tomorrow, but we'll see where I am when the time comes.
In transit. I have a lot of influence in this town. If I can do you any favors, let me know. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? Thank you for your time.
All right. Good night.
And by the way, don't forget, The Movie Maven VIP page. This is where Ellen's coming up with a lot of the material that she talks about.
Yeah, let's gush over Frankenstein.
Gush. Well, I got to see it.
You do.
There can be no gushing until I see it.
I know, and you'll like it.
I may be pro-gush, I may be anti-gush.
I
But
think you're
gosh
gonna
darn
gush.
it, I got to see it.
I think you'll gush.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it again. I hope the next caller has seen it so we can talk about it.
Hi, who's on the phone with us?
Hi.
Oh my goodness. It's the queen
I
of
was
meatballs.
supposed to call. I know. I was supposed to call earlier. And
Yeah.
then I got home and I started, doing my 15 tabs open in my brain, getting dinner and the kids and the ices and the homework and the snacks and the drinks and the laundry.
Have you
And I just
had
looked at
time
the
to
clock
sit
and I
down
was
and
like,
watch Frankenstein?
No.
You must.
Okay, I will. I will make time. But I still haven't watched the Lotus show.
Oh, well, this one's only 2.5 hours. That's a series.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh, the Lotus? You haven't had a chance to
Okay.
see White Lotus?
No.
No.
We talked about that earlier this year, and she hasn't watched it yet.
You guys.
Watch the first
we
season.
We know you're busy. We know.
No, I totally get it. Are you kidding?
No.
The
I love the third season. I watched the first one. I did not like the beginning of the second one, so I couldn't get into it, but I loved the third one.
I didn't like any of the
haven't
characters in
seen any
3.
of them.
2 was okay. 1 was the best. Sydney Sweeney's in that one.
She's a
I
brat.
haven't seen any of them.
You got to watch
So, I just
Frankenstein,
need-
though. Frankenstein. Oh, so good.
Okay. Can I watch that not around the kids, right?
It has gore. That's really the only.
These are my kids, Pamela. Remember, they're my kids we're talking about. Probably not, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I paused it when Remy and Waylon came in and out of the room because.
Yeah. Okay. That tells me everything I need to know. Yeah. My kids will probably have nightmares.
It was sparing, right? Lola can't even watch Wicked again.
Yeah, Lola didn't go. I did not go to the bathroom by myself for 3 weeks after Lola saw Wicked. So I doubt Frankenstein is going to be up her alley.
I mean, it's not monstrous, like, for the most part, but there is some blood. So, yeah.
Well, my
she'll
kids
probably
cry when they see the blood. So yeah, I should probably
the fact that he's reanimating corpses, she'll probably have nightmares. Yeah.
Yeah, we should stick
'Cause
with
they're-
Take Pop Demon Hunter.
Totally.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Well, I'll try to watch it when my kids are never up my rear end, which is never. But
put
I'll see
them
what I
to
can
bed
sneak in.
and sneak out and go watch
And
a
at
movie.
2:30 in the morning, start Frankenstein. You'll be ready for work.
This is why you can't co-sleep.
Well, wait a minute.
I know.
Tomorrow you're off, right? Because of the holiday?
But guess who's going to be with me?
Oh, I'm dropping Remy off then.
Oh, are you? Hi, Lola. Oh, can I open that for you? Sure. Don't touch my thing. I'm going to tell everybody on the radio. You have a pie at 5.
I love eavesdropping
Yep, I told them.
I know.
on the adventures of Jay Quillen.
Mr. Greg and Miss Pamela know you have a pie. I can't open this. Go ask your brother. How does he open it? Ask it. Go tell Steven to open that. Okay, bye.
Hey, by the way, thanks for she did a drive-by to the morning show.
The meatball slinging.
Stuffed us with meatballs.
Yeah.
That was
Were they too done? Because I've never done them like
they
that.
were perfect.
Don't lie to me,
No,
Gregory.
they were perfect. And let me tell you something. I ate 10 of them with my fingers before the show was
Oh
over.
my gosh.
I mean, they're addictive. Well, Pamela, you know how I usually like make them in the crock pot and then I turn it off and just let them like sit there?
Yeah, what'd you do?
So I wanted to, last night I put them in the crock pot on low. I usually do high for 4 hours. So I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, high for 4 hours, low for 8.
Right.
So I did low for 8 hours and then they turn off and they just keep them warm, you know? But this morning they were like more done than I care for.
I
But I gave them anyways because I was like,
No, they were melting your mouth. They weren't chewy. They were perfect. I'm not exaggerating.
okay.
I know what you
Just want to
mean.
make sure. But you know what I mean? They like looked darker than they normally do. So I was like, ooh.
That's
I'm like,
why.
whatever, like Greg will eat them.
And the way they helped me
Greg
get on
will
the
eat
bike
'em.
today in this wretched cold and wind because I had to pedal off those meatballs.
Yeah, I'm making
Better than
pot
donut
roast
holes.
for dinner.
Better than donut holes.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely better and
At
better
least it has
for
some
you.
protein in it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all protein.
by the way, I read a thing for anybody that's age 75 or older. I am not there. I'm just saying that this came off Fox. They recommend a bunch of things that people, if they want to avoid a steeper decline at 75, the number one item was eat more protein.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, meat, eggs, protein, wherever you want to get it. Eat
And you know
lots
what's
of it.
crazy is they used to tell you not to eat that because it was
Isn't
so
it?
bad for your cholesterol.
Yeah, well,
And that was going to absolutely kill you. Death certificate
Right, you're going to have a
signed.
heart attack at 25
Yep.
because you have elevated cholesterol levels.
they almost put the
Ah.
egg industry out of business, and now it's thriving.
I love eggs.
Oh, they're the best.
I can't not have eggs.
Hey, you know what's great? I made one of these for Rich one time with your meatballs, a meatball omelet.
Oh, gosh.
Thick bed of eggs, deep with the marble jack cheese, and then meatballs the whole length of the. Oh, that was good.
There's a lot you
Now
can
that
add
sounds
to,
like a
to an
cholesterol
omelet.
bomb.
Yeah.
No, I've never felt better after that.
See, you need to make a cookbook of all the different ways you can eat meatballs.
I would love, I'd love to do a bachelor guy cooking show too, because I've learned all
I think
this
that
stuff.
would be great.
I learned all this stuff.
I mean, I get it, but you and I felt bad because I didn't bring them for Jay, so I made Jay his own one, and then I come to find out you guys gave him some of yours.
Oh no, Rich guilted me into doing that. Uncle Chi-Chi manipulated me into doing that.
He begrudgingly gave Jay some meatballs.
No, I smiled a little.
I heard him inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed them. I thought about them last night, and I was like, no, we're going to do that. I'll take them in the morning. So
Well,
I'm
thank
watching
you.
the crock pot now.
Stay warm tonight. It's going to be even colder in Wetumpka than it is in Montgomery. So, and you're up in the
I know.
mountains
I got the
there.
parents coming over for the pot roast, so we're going to have a hearty meal and watch The Grinch.
Oh, nice.
Pot roast.
I know. Pot roast and The Grinch.
You can always drop that off here too.
I mean, listen, if there was ever pot roast left over, but that happens to be Lola's favorite meal.
Oh.
So there's never any pot roast left
Well, the
over.
government cut off my SNAP card, so I have nothing to eat. Is worth a try.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's coming back soon. From all things look promising.
Well, thank you. It was great to hear from you.
All right, guys, we'll chat tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, as we salute our veterans tomorrow, 5:54. This will be our final traffic update.
Well, we have a couple of minor accidents, but nothing really affecting traffic. We're still busy. I-65 and 85, the boulevards, 231 to Wetumpka, Taylor Road, Vaughn Road, you name it. Fairview Avenue, Norman Bridge. We got a lot of cars out there, but no issues. Buckle up, drive carefully. We will keep you updated. Great shopping in Midtown Plaza. Shop Boost Mobile, Professionals and Spa, and more. Midtown Plaza, Ann Street off I-85, another great McClinton & Company development. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. What is a smart way to buy a house in today's market? Now is a good time to buy since we now have a more balanced market than we've had in years. Here are the steps. First step, get pre-qualified with an experienced local lender. It costs you nothing to find out firsthand whether you can qualify for a home and how much that home loan will cost. Second step, hire a local realtor with lots of experience that can guide you, advise you, and be your advocate. We call those buyer agents. Third step, decide what your wants and needs have to be. Bedrooms, baths, floor plan, location, and school zones. Fourth, ask your realtor to line up homes that fit your price category and your location needs. Fifth, start actually looking inside these homes and see what is available and the cost of each property. For all of this information and step-by-step approach, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Is social media making you depressed? Ask your doctor or IT guy about Logging Off. With Logging Off, you may feel dopamine withdrawals at first, but you will also no longer see ignorant posts and lose respect for friends and family. Less politics, less unfiltered thoughts of people you haven't seen since high school. Plus, you won't have to look at other people's fancy homes and spoiled, ugly kids. The only side effect of Logging Off is forgetting birthdays of people you don't talk to anyway. So try Logging Off. Less depression and even less stolen data.
I don't have any logging off. I have signing off, which is what we're going to do. Assuming Brant can join us tomorrow, a topic that is very interesting, the 50-year mortgage.
I saw a meme about Dave Ramsey, or the Babylon Bee posted, I think.
Yeah.
About Dave Ramsey learning about the 50-year mortgage. No, thank you.
Well, I'm just thinking that could put the monthly payment within reach. People, they can always pay down on the backside of the. Well, I don't know anything about money. Anybody that listens to me is crazy.
Everybody is to leave here immediately.
Got you just in time. Thank you, Pamela Dubuque. Thank you, David Blackman. Thank you, Ellen Murray and Jacqueline and all the folks who contributed. I'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early, freezing our baguettes up with Rich Thomas and Jay Scott.
Did you get a little tappity tap?